on the line, you can't fold and you can't bend. Y'all be playing it safe and I be going for the win. Remember back when they was doubting on the kid. Now they tuned in cause my game too legit.
There's a lot of you don't know about the fantasy headliners. Nation. Headliner Nation. Fantasy headliners for the nation. I'm a headliner. I'm a headliner.
Yo. Analytics off the chain, all the channels not the same. Jake and Kyle, you know the name. Headliner Nation, we running the game. Y'all stuck on third down. Your content's plain Jane. Headliners on top now. We gonna move and change. Podcast off the rip. Draft guide, so legit. Fantasy world, our game tight. You know we about that chubb life. Stuck in a rut and you need some motivation. Head to the channel for this Headliner Nation.
I'm a headliner.
Let's get it! What's
Week
going
5.
on, everybody?
The live stream is here. The chat is already popping, Kyle. I see Chad Powers out there already saying he's a headliner. What's going on? Chad Powers out there. Great performance there at the Penn State tryout, by the way. The walk-on tryout. Great performance. Arm looked pretty good. But, Kyle, here we are. It's week 5 now. I can't believe we're already going into the 5th week of this. It feels like it just started, and we're going into the week 5 live show. It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah, I mean, season's going fast, and I think the season is going fast because it's just so frustrating.
That's probably part of it. That's probably part of it. It's I mean, at least fast, Chad. Oh my gosh, I love that bit. That's probably one good thing about me having less hair and what I have already being gray, Kyle, because you can't really tell that the stress has gotten to me the last couple weeks.
That's true.
I mean, it is what it is at this point. Like I said, the chat is already popping. We've got 482 people in here. We're going to give it a couple minutes to let some people start, filing through. I'm sure there's a very long, wait at the door to get in. But yeah, we're looking forward to talking some football here. If you leave a super chat, we're seeing they're already coming in here. Every super chat will be answered, so don't worry. We're going to make sure we get to every one of those, but we're also going to be spending time in the regular chat as well, going back and forth. Me and Kyle like to do this new thing where one of us goes, every other time to make sure we're making sure everybody's taken care of out there, but we greatly appreciate the support. Kyle, are we ready to talk some football for week 5?
Let's talk it, baby. Let's talk it all night long.
What do you want to talk about?
Football.
Anything in particular?
Well, feels like there's a lot of injuries this week.
Yep.
A lot of uncertainties on guys who may or may not play tomorrow. Luckily enough for us, we have a dashing man on... Jake doesn't agree. A dashing man employed here through the Fantasy Headliners named Dr. Ethan Turner that is able to help us with that.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been updating Discord off and on here all day long. Tons of information coming in. A lot of people with a lot of questions. But let's go ahead and start off right here at the top with Markel Adams dropping a 20 bomb off the bat. Hashtag Markel in the chat. He says he's 4-0 in a 3 wide receiver league. Should I trade Hollywood for Keenan Allen? Already have Chase and Waddle, just nervous about Hollywood's target share when D-Hop comes back. Thanks, Jake and Kyle. You guys are awesome. So he's off to a hot start already, 4-0. Should he trade Hollywood for Keenan Allen?
See, here's my thing. I'm in favor of trading for Keenan Allen because, well, I talked about it in a show this week.
Yep.
Not that big of a fan, though, because I feel like you should still be able to get more for Hollywood Brown. So if you were to get Keenan Allen plus for Hollywood, absolutely. But not just Keenan Allen right now.
And a lot of that's going to have to do with how how seasoned of a veteran is the person who owns Keenan Allen in this league? Because a lot of people may not want to sell him low, but if you have somebody that's just looking for a deal, they need immediate help, I mean, you may be able to swing something in there. I don't dislike it. I'm kind of glad that the Chargers are doing what they're doing and taking it a little bit slow with Keenan Allen instead of just rushing him back out there and risking further re-injury. So I don't hate it. I don't know what other wide receivers you have outside of Chase and Waddle, so you already have 2 solid studs every week. I don't think that I hate that trade. As long as you maybe have one more on your roster or so, I'm probably making a run there at it because you should have Keenan Allen hopefully in the next couple weeks.
What about Jay Hawley needing to make a decision that he probably didn't think he was going to have to make several weeks ago, and that is, should he start Breece Hall over Najee Harris?
I mean, how crazy is it that we're only 5 weeks into the season, and that's where we are already? And I'm going to double check here, but I'm almost positive that I have Breece Hall higher than I do Najee Harris this week. But I'm going to double check just to make sure. It's been a long week, right? So, yep, I have Najee Harris 1, 2, 3, 4 spots lower than Breece Hall. So I got Breece Hall higher as of right now.
Mac for his flex spot. Are we going to go with Palmer or the Duve? Not to be mixed up with the Dubes.
Not
the
Dubes.
Duve.
You're talking about the Duve.
The Duve, not the Dubes.
I mean, I know that there's no Bateman out there. Palmer hasn't been 100% healthy, been kind of hit or miss in that offense. Part of me kind of wants to gamble with the Duve, but you have to know going in that it is a touchdown or bust type day. The guy needs to find the end zone, and if he doesn't, I don't know if he sees enough volume to really give you that safe floor. So that's more of a gamble. I think if you want to play it safe, it's Palmer. If you're okay for the gamble, it's the Duve, Devin Duvernay.
808 all day. Pick 2.
All day long, baby. All day.
All day, baby. Pick 2, 1 wide receiver and 1 flex in a full PPR. Terry McLaurin, Drake London, Garrett Wilson, Devontae Smith, or Jeff Wilson. I tell you what, I'm feeling the Eagles this week. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith both. I would love to have him in my lineup as much as possible.
I don't disagree. I have this weird... You ever have a weird gut feeling, like not after you eat weird food, but like just every once in a while you're like, something's telling me that I kind of should probably play this player. And for me, it's Terry McLaurin this week. And I don't, at first I thought it was gas. At first I was a little bit worried that I just ate some bad food. But then like as the week progressed, I realized that I kind of really like Terry McLaurin this week with no Jahan Dotson. I mean, Curtis Samuel, we know, has not been 100% healthy. What's going on in the backfield? I know now we get Brian Robinson, who will be active. What will that running game look like? Do they have to force feed it to Terry McLaurin against a defense in Tennessee that can be had through the secondary? I feel led to go with Terry McLaurin. So if it's me personally, I'm going Terry and then Devontae Smith in my flex.
I agree, because Jeff Wilson just doesn't have enough upside for me to sit or to play and sit one of those guys.
Yeah.
Next up, Trojan 3659 in a standard league. Are we going to go with Gabe Davis or DeLone for the flex?
Do you think this is like a dollar store one or no?
Probably not. I don't think the dollar store selling Trojan brand.
Oh, I don't know. I've never gone there to try to buy any. Let's see here. 3659. You got standard Gabe Davis or Dylan. I mean, on paper, like, I really want this to be Gabe Davis. Like, I really want... Another big day is coming for Gabe Davis. As soon as he gets healthy, the big days are coming again. He's going up against Pittsburgh, whose secondary is kind of banged up right now. I think if you want to play it safe, it's Dylan. If you're able to gamble a little bit in a standard league, then I go with Gabe Davis.
Gander.
Take a gander at it. You never know.
Gander at it. You know, Gabe Davis, I've not seen Ethan say anything about Isaiah McKenzie.
Last I heard is he was limited at practice. And
yes.
I just don't know if he was ever...
But Dawson Knox is out. If Dawson Knox and Isaiah McKenzie are both out this week, so help me God, Gabe Davis could be back.
He could have a huge week if that is the case.
So for me, I
Okay,
do
go ahead.
agree. AJ Dillon is the safe option here. But if we hear that Isaiah McKenzie is out, we are putting Gabe Davis in, and we are just crossing our fingers that ankle is feeling 100% better.
And the hard part about that is AJ Dillon's going to be playing at 9:30 a.m. in a London game.
Oh, that's right, the London game.
So that's what sucks about that. I mean, like we said, the safer option is going to be locking in Dillon. If you're going to be awake in time before this game to maybe see if any Isaiah McKenzie news has come out or not, maybe you can play it that way. But I think Dillon's still safer. Gabe Davis is that total lottery ticket that could hit if you're able to gamble.
Hey, let me see a swag rich emoji in the chat if you guys hate London games as much as I do.
I hate London games. Hey, our awesome moderator, Anna, who is out there right now just regulating things. She said that we had a few super chats that came in before we even went live.
Oh.
And because she is so awesome, she has sent me the screenshots of them.
Let's go.
That's what this community is all about right here. So let me knock these ones out here real quick since they came in before we even went live. Phil Heredia says Olave or Damian Harris in the flex and a half PPR. For me, I think Damian Harris is going to be the safer play here this week. I like Olave. I really like Olave, especially going up against Seattle. Damian Harris, though, this week has a great matchup. I mean, an absolute one of those juicy matchups that I just feel that they're going to absolutely rely on the running back so much because Bailey Zappi is going to be under center here once again, going up against the Detroit Lions, who allow a butt ton of rushing points. So for me, I'm going Damian Harris. Ronnie Santana, one flex at a Najee Palmer, Devontae Parker, and then a defensive choice between the Chargers or the Jets. So the first one, Najee Palmer or Parker, I still go with Najee there and cross my fingers. Between the Chargers and the Jets, let me see here. I have the Chargers 2 spots higher, so not very much higher. I'm hoping for some turnovers there against the Cleveland Browns. And then Elijah Wilmot, 2 flexes in a PPR. Got Devontae Smith, Isaiah McKenzie, A.J. Dillon, Tyler Conklin, and Josh Palmer. Because we don't know for sure about McKenzie yet, I'm going with Devontae Smith and A.J. Dillon there. And then Jason Marinette has become a member for the 15th month and asks, pick 2.5 PPR, Mike Williams, Godwin, Olave, Waddle. Thanks, guys. That's tough because you got Mike Williams, Godwin, Olave, and Waddle, and I like all 4 of them this week. I think I'm still going to ride with my studs here. I know that Jalen Waddle may not be 100%, but we're also waiting to hear news on Tyreek Hill, who is dealing with a quad injury, so he may be limited if he plays this week. That could be huge volume going the way of Jalen Waddle. If it's me, if it's my team, man, I probably lean at the safer option being Godwin and Waddle. And if you want to gamble more, it'd be Williams and Waddle. What was that?
Sean wants me to tell his girl to suck it. She's mad I got the live show on the TV and I'm locked in. Sean, I can't
Is
tell.
his name Sean or is it Sean? It's Sean, dude.
I'm going to say Sean because I am fancy. Listen, I can't tell your girl to suck it because I feel like it could be taken the wrong way. Maybe that would be good for you, though. I don't know. I just feel like she doesn't want to hear it from me. She'd rather hear you ask for that.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe that's... We don't want to cross any lines this early into a live show. It's only 8:47 p.m. It's not quite Headliners After Dark time just yet.
I'll try to keep the suckets in for just a little bit longer.
Just a little longer.
Philip Parrish. Flex Penny or ETN. He's starting T-Law.
You know, right, Kyle? I mean, you know on the inside that there's a big day coming for Travis Etienne at some point. What did he say?
Everybody in the chat wants me to tell their girl to suck it.
Yeah, I mean, that just can't happen.
They're like, can you do it for me?
Maybe when it's Headliners After Dark, but right now,
oh my gosh,
we just can't yet. Back to the question. Kyle, did you even hear the question that I asked you?
No, sorry.
Okay. Is it just me, or do you feel like at some point here in the very near future, we're about to get a big Travis Etienne day? It's going to happen.
You know, when I did...
It may only be one, but I think there's a big day coming at some point.
When I was talking with my buddy about this today, we were watching our kids play on the same football team together, and we were talking about it because he messaged me earlier in the weekend. He was like, Hines or Etienne? Jake, that was when I messaged you and I said, what do you think, Hines or ETN? And then Hines goes out on the third play of the game. So we were talking about that today, and I said, listen, with the way this season's gone, ETN's going to have a huge week this week.
I mean, everything is aligning for this to be the week going up against Houston, too. I mean, if it's me, I'm going with Travis Etienne this week. I'm going to gamble this week. Rashad Penny is somebody who else has been banged up all week long, and he's got a more difficult matchup going up against New Orleans. So give me Etienne.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have 864 people liking. We only have watching.
Just watching.
Just watching.
How awesome is Cookout, by the way, Kyle?
Shake.
Dude, I got myself a Cookout shake in the freezer in the other room, and I am dying to eat it after the stream.
What kind is it?
It is a strawberry chocolate chip.
Let me book this Delta flight here real quick.
Yeah.
And then I'll be there in a couple of hours.
Who out there has had Cookout before?
Gosh. Ugh. Anyway. Sean Smallwood. Need one of the three to flex. Juju, Deontay Johnson, and Curtis Samuel. I feel like we still got to go Curtis Samuel. He's getting all the volume in the world right now.
Yep, and with no Jahan Dotson, he could see even more. So I'm going with Curtis Samuel this week as well. Cookout rules. Dude, try 206. Dude, I'm telling you, dude. You already know. It is amazing. You can go there and get a bunch of food for $5. Inflation hasn't hit Cookout that much. And then you get yourself a tasty shake afterwards.
I need to come back down there very soon.
I mean, Ethan's coming here pretty soon. Ethan's going to be here with me the week after Thanksgiving.
All right, let's book it. I'm coming as well. Lee Craig becoming a new member of the channel, joining the Holden Chubb tier. Appreciate you, League. Pete Wheeler, Brees Hall, or Khalil Herbert in a standard league. David Montgomery working his way back.
I'm still going Brees Hall this week.
Okay.
If anything, it's going to be a split if he plays, if anything. So I'm still going with Brees Hall this week.
Absolutely. Drake London or Curtis Samuel? I feel like this is Curtis Samuel once again.
Yep. I mean, I like Drake London a lot. And with having no Kyle Pitts, it's going to open the door for him for more targets, which is great. But he's got a matchup going up against Tampa Bay. Even though they're probably going to be throwing a whole lot, that offense, the passing offense especially, just hasn't been that great. I'd rather take my chance with a guy who's been producing each week.
Donquise Marzette becoming a member for the 12th month. Here for a year. Let's go. Donquise, appreciate you staying locked into the membership all year long. Who should be my flex in a full PPR? Brees, Godwin, or Mike Williams? Let's get it, fellas.
In a full PPR, I kind of lean towards Godwin a little bit.
I do,
because I feel like he's going to get the most volume. I think Brees Hall may have a safer floor, but Godwin's going to go out there. He's probably going to get close to 10 targets in a decent matchup. Mike Williams,
I think it's like in terms of upside, Williams, Godwin, Hall.
Yes.
Like that.
As far as the upside goes, but with the safety side of it, I think that we see more volume going to Godwin than we do to Mike Williams. So.
Yes. Dubby Main, the G, and a half PPR. Who sits? Brandon Cooks, Curtis Samuel, or Drake London? I feel like that's got to be Cooks for me. The volume is there, but the production is not. Drake London will probably match him volume-wise this week. I feel like I want to go with Drake London here. Barely over Brandon Cooks.
All right, so Kyle wants to go with London over Cooks. I'm not going to help you out here too much because, honestly, if it's me, I feel safer still with Cooks and Samuel. I love Drake London. I just do not like what Marcus Mariota has been able to do as of late and in a difficult matchup. I think London has that touchdown upside, but I still feel like Cooks is slightly safer in my opinion.
Yeah, the only reason that I'm saying Drake London this week is because we've got no Kyle Pitts and we've got no Cordell Patterson. The dude could see 15 freaking targets this week.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but again, though, that's why it's a little bit more risky, though, because he is the only option.
Yeah, Phil, it's not like an actual, like, hey, I'm going to go in the backyard and have a cookout. No, it's a restaurant called Cookout, and it's amazing.
Which is something that confused me when I heard it for the first time.
Yeah. Hey, you want to have Cookout?
On the same page.
You're like, yeah, we can barbecue something.
Red Hulk. Pick 2 wide receivers and 1 flex in a PPR from London. The Doobs, Cooks, and Dillon. Well, It's Dubes and Dylan, and then for you, Cooks over London.
For me, it's Cooks over London.
See, now
for you,
here,
though, it's opposite.
So for here, though, because we're offsetting it with a little bit of safety from Dobbs, I feel like I'm okay to go with Cooks here.
From who?
It's Dobbs, the Dubes.
The Dubes.
The Dubes. I feel like I have to go back and forth, though, where people have no idea what I'm talking about.
Okay, all right.
I just...
Noted. Duly noted.
Because some people just don't like fun.
That's right.
Josue.
Oh, my gosh. Here we go.
Josue Rios. What up, Josue? Becoming a member for the 17th month.
Wow.
Holy cow.
I don't even know when we started memberships. That's probably something I should look at.
It's got to be really close.
He's got to be close to it.
Picking one, the Dubes, Hunt, Juju, Elijah Moore, greetings from Panama.
Panama in the house.
Appreciate it. Dude, I feel like it's Dobbs week.
Out of those options, I would probably lean towards Dobbs too. I mean, I'm still worried about the London game a little bit, but the volume that he's seen, I don't know if people watched the game last week with him. He almost basically won that game for them in regulation with a touchdown catch that the ground caused the fumble. So he didn't take it all the way to the ground. He was on the verge of having a huge day that just didn't quite happen. So honestly, in my opinion, he still looks like a lot of people want to argue it's Lazard or Dobbs. Who's the number one? Who really cares? They're both getting targets from Aaron Rodgers right now, which is a good thing.
All right, we're already starting to fall behind in Super Chats.
Okay.
Little bit of dual flow here. Which side do you want, Jake? Which chat are you taking?
Last week I did the regular chat. This time I'll do the Super Chats.
You take the Super Chats. I'll take the regular chat then.
Okay, you go first.
First off, 957 people watching, and we don't even have 350 likes yet. Super disappointed, Headliner Nation, number one. Number two, you better hit the like button, because if you really want us to let it flow, we're not going to do that until we have over 800 likes. And number three, and probably the most important of all, if you don't hit the like button, tomorrow your team's quarterback is going to throw 2 interceptions.
For pick sixes.
One's going to be a pick six.
Just one of them? Okay.
One will be a pick six.
Okay.
So, hit it. Hit the like button.
Hit the like button. You start first, though.
All right, let's go ahead and roll it over here. In a full PPR, do I trade James Conner, Chris Godwin, and Melvin Gordon for Aaron Jones and Mike Evans? I don't mind that because I feel like you're getting the upgrade from Connor and Melvin Gordon up to Jones, and then Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, a little bit of a wash for me. So I like that. Yes, I would take that deal.
Julio Pena says pick one running back and 2 flexes in a non-PPR. You got Jeff Wilson Jr., James Conner, Brandon Cooks, Antonio Gibson, Bobby Trees. Thank you guys. Love the content. And always looking forward to Saturday nights. Appreciate you, Julio. So for your one running back, oof, I don't love it, but I'm probably going to go with James Conner and just Carolina. Let me see. Let me do the 2 flexes first. And if I can get them safe enough, maybe we'll gamble with Jeff Wilson. So for the 2 flexes, I'm going to go with Brandon Cooks as one and James Conner for the other, and then we'll just go ahead and have Jeff Wilson Jr. be your running back.
Sean Stevenson, Dylan, and Williams, pick 2. If you're wanting the most upside, it's Jamal Williams and it's Stevenson.
Parker, appreciate you out there, says pick 4 players in a full PPR. Got Corey Davis, Gabe Davis, Juju, Zay Jones, Disley, Myers, Gallup, and Ingram. And who should I run? Who should I run if injuries? I'll just put it this way. So for the 4 that I'm going to pick, it would be Corey Davis, Gabe Davis, which is a gamble. I'm going to go with Juju as the 3rd option. The 4th option is going to be Michael Gallup. After that, I would go Zay Jones, Mark Ingram, Will Disley, and then Jacoby Myers at the end.
And a little bit of an update from the Dr. Ethan Turner. Isaiah McKenzie is a long shot to play. They have elevated both Isaiah Hodgins and Tanner Gentry. He technically could still be clear, but it's not looking good. Fire up some Gabe Davis this week. Let's go, baby. Chris wants to know DJ Moore, Ayuk, Curtis Samuel, the Dubes, Garrett Wilson. We're starting 3. We're going to start Samuel, the Dubes, and Wilson.
Mike Jones out there. Appreciate you, Mike. Pick 2 running backs and start. Brees Hall, Damian Harris, and Najee Harris. The 2 highest that I have there ranked right now, Brees Hall and Damian Harris.
Have Chubbs need one more. Wilson Jr. or Dobbins? I'm going to run some J.K. Dobbins out there again. Ronnie Stanley should be back this week.
Yep, perfect. Kevin Ashton, pick 3 in a full PPR. Got the dudes, Juju, Ayuk, Gallup, and Gabe Davis. Well, right now, I'm going with Gabe Davis, the Dubes, and for the third option there between Juju, Ayuk, and Gallup, I'm going to go ahead and take the touchdown upside of Brandon Ayuk.
Joe wants to know Kittle or Schultz. I've got Kittle higher this week.
Cordell Smith, Zeke, or James Conner as your running back 2. That is not appetizing whatsoever. I'm going to lean towards James Conner and hope for the end zone.
Dobbins, Penny, or Jeff Wilson Jr.? I'm going to go with Dobbins again.
Frank Wildman, hey guys, Renfro or Zeke, Domino's or Pizza Hut? I don't think I'm going to go with Renfro here just yet. I'm going to go with Zeke here and hopefully have that safer floor. And yes, he typed in Pizza Hut, so I said it, Kyle. But between Domino's and Pizza Hut, if I have to choose between those 2, I'm going Domino's.
Damian Harris or Jeff Wilson from Caden K? Going to go Damian Harris.
Monty, welcome to Holding Chubb as a new member. And Lou Lee, welcome into your 2nd month of Holding Chubb. Thank you guys so much. And then we got Johnny Bravo, trade Aaron Jones for J.K. Dobbins and Godwin. I feel I need depth at wide receiver with only Justin Jefferson, Olave, and Woods. My running back depth is much better with Taylor, J-Rob, Damian Pierce, Damian Harris, and Tony Pollard. 10-team, half PPR. So he wants to trade Aaron Jones for Dobbins and Godwin, and that's a trade that I probably make with the depth that you already have. I do that trade.
Bruce Palmer, member for 2 months, important trade question. I have CMC and Judy being offered Kirk, DK, and Brian Robinson. My other running backs are Aaron Jones and Breece Hall. My other wide receivers are Devontae Smith and McLaurin. Do I win the trade? Absolutely not. That is an awful trade for you, giving up CMC for just pieces. I would not do that trade if I were you.
Joshua Oliveria, does Josh Jacobs or J-Rob take the cake for RB1 rest of the season? Also, for an 0-4 team trying to snag JT, who would you trade or just give away both? I wouldn't trade both of them right yet because, I mean, you're going to be probably trading away all of your depth, and the last thing you want to do is trade all your depth for a guy that we hope that will break out, in this season because he's had such a slow start. So for this year, if I had to bank on just one of these guys, I'll probably say it's J-Rob over Josh Jacobs by a hair. Am I trying to sell both of them for Jonathan Taylor? No, I am not. I'm probably just hanging tight with what you got.
T. Higgins or Waddle? I believe I've got T. Higgins 1 spot higher than Waddle right now.
Oh, dang it. It just scrolled on me. Hang on. I got it. All Rise 99. I thought I had my Aaron Judge rookie cards that I just bought. I was going to show them to him on the screen because he's obviously a Judge fan, but they're over in a case. So I don't have long enough arms. Anyway, All Rise. Jacoby Brissett or Jimmy G? Oh, I mean, Brissett's got the better matchup, but honestly, Jimmy G just has that safer floor. I don't think either one of them are going to have a very high ceiling. So give me the guy with the bigger playmakers, and I guess neither offense is going to throw a lot, but give me Jimmy G.
London, Juju, or Woods from John. Definitely Juju for me. I'm going to go with London barely over Woods just because the offense in Tennessee still a little up and down right now. We've seen Derrick Henry work his way back, but is Woods going to get to where he can be a contributor on the fantasy side consistently? I'll go with London this week.
Pratham Pusker, A.J. Brown or Chase? What? A.J. Brown or Chase is W5 in a PPR? One of those guys is your 5th wide receiver? No. You have to choose between A.J. Brown and Jamar Chase. It's got to be like a 4-man league. Because, I mean, how do you sit either one of those guys? Right now, I think they're both going to have good days, too. If it's my team, I'm going with Jamar Chase by a hair over A.J. Brown.
Casey, Kyle, you beautiful specimen. I need your wisdom. Sit one among Amon-Ra, Garrett Wilson, the Dubes, or London. If Amon-Ra plays, I'm going to sit London out of all of them.
Johnny Camarena. If Sun God is out, Olave, Samuel, Pickens, or Herbert in a full PPR. I think George Pickens is like on the steady incline with Kenny Smallhands under center. But I want to see it one more time. I'm going to go with the guy who's produced more consistently right now. I'm going to go with Curtis Samuel.
Spider 19XX needs me to pick 3 from Wilson, Dobbins, Devontae Smith, Gabe Davis, Chris Godwin, and Alan Lazard. It's Dobbins, Smith, and Godwin for me.
Terry Hudak says, hey, Kyle, instead of shaving your head, wax them legs and put a shine on the calves for the nation to see.
I mean, I don't know if I would. Maybe. I would definitely wax my thighs. But we could talk about doing the calves if I needed to.
What if you just did like your shin bone on both of them, and you had like a bald spot on both legs? Just the shin bone, like just the center strip. Everybody be like, what the hell is going on?
That is possible. Now, I will let the nation know, Jake and Taylor and I discussed it a little bit this week. We're going to come up with like 4 different options for punishments for me that also will include shaving my head, and then we're going to let the nation vote on it. If you didn't hear the story last week, there's become an issue with me shaving my head. I won't go into it again, but we'll vote on it, and then whatever wins will happen.
Okay. I won't treat that as my question. I got another one here. Batmat Gaming says, got offered the Doobs for Cooks. Also pick one. Actually, for the first question, Doobs for Cooks. I mean, I think if you rather just play it safe and to make sure that you have somebody on your roster that you can start at a moment's notice, Doobs is probably pretty safe. Cooks, I still believe, has the higher upside with some of the volume going towards Alan Lazard. I think Cooks has a better touchdown opportunity every week. Also, pick one out of Trees, Pickens, or Josh Reynolds. I have Goff starting, half PPR, 12-team leagues. Well, we don't know for sure about Amon-Ra. He's another guy who's questionable. So as of right now, I'm firing up always open George Pickens.
Tyreek Hill or Corey Davis, Zach? It's still Tyreek Hill. We're not going to focus on the backup quarterback because a lot of people did that with CeeDee Lamb and Cooper Rush, and look how that's worked out. We're still going to go with our studs.
One of the very first plays after Teddy B came in last week was like a 62-yard bomb to Tyreek Hill. Yep. So, I mean, they're not going to change the offense very much. Lord of Cinder 069. Nice. Full PPR. Choose 3 out of these 4 running backs for you to start. Chubb, Williams, Pierce, and Harris. Okay, well, Chubb is for sure going to be one of them. Damian Harris is going to be another. If you want to play it safe, it's Damian Pierce as your third. If you want to gamble, it's Jamal Williams, who has a more difficult matchup going up against New England.
I mean, I know Tyreek Hill is questionable, but I haven't heard anything about him missing time. Someone just said he's out.
I don't think he's been ruled out.
He hasn't been ruled out.
I know he was questionable.
If he's playing, he's in your lineup. So obviously, if he's not, then you would go the other direction. Jamal Williams or J-Rob, thanks, in a full PPR. Eric, I think that one is really close. Hold on. Let me double check real quick. J-Rob or Jamal Williams. Woo! I've got Jamal Williams at 12 and James Robinson at 13.
Wow.
James Robinson is probably safer, though.
I think he's probably safer. Yes. We have the Fractal Rain. 10-team, full PPR, 2 flexes out of Lazard, Higbee, Herbert, or J-Rob. It's going to be Alan Lazard and James Robinson for me there.
Buck. Allen Robinson or Nico Collins?
Probably Nico Collins.
My condolences to you. If you want to play Nico Collins, that's probably going to be safer at this point, but good luck with it.
Yeah, it's not like it's a great other option. K-Chew, another week. Hello, Hairliners Nation. Not headliners, it's the Hairliners. You have quarterback Lamar Jackson, running back Chubb, Jones, Pierce, Jamal Williams. Wide receivers are Evans, Waddle, Davis, Thielen. Tight end is Andrews, Everett, and Conklin. You got 3 defenses. 12-team PPR. Anything I do with this team. Oh, so this is your entire roster. So you have great depth at running back. You have a stud quarterback. You have Evans, Waddle. All you've really been waiting for is Gabe Davis to be healthy, which he's about to be, so you're good there. Andrews is a stud tight end paired with LJ. No, I mean, you don't have to do anything. I think the biggest thing here is you've been waiting for some of your wide receivers to be healthy. You missed Evans for a week. Waddle was banged up. Gabe Davis was hurt. Thielen just now starting to turn on a bit. I think you're fine. I'm not making any moves.
Thielen, London, or Garrett Wilson at the flex. Thielen is going to be your safest option. Garrett Wilson is going to have your highest upside. I probably lean a little bit towards Thielen this week.
For Loco, start one quarterback, Zach Wilson, Tanny, or Bridgewater. And then also Dalton or Pickett. Hang on, let me look here. So we got Zach Wilson, Tannehill, Teddy B, Dalton, and Pickett. Right now, the highest one I have ranked there is Ryan Tannehill here this week.
Jeff Wilson or Curtis Samuel at the flex in a full PPR. That's Curtis Samuel. Again, not a great performance last week. Obviously, he's getting way too many targets to be on our bench right now, though, and no Jahan Dotson. Johnny
Camarena, Aaron Jones, Damian Pierce, Brian Robinson, PPR pick 2. I'm not starting Brian Robinson just yet. I want to see what kind of... They're not just going to all of a sudden, I don't think, throw him in there and give him 20 touches in his first game back. They're still going to have J.D. McKissick. They're still going to have Antonio Gibson. So I'm going with Aaron Jones and Damian Pierce. And the other two is between Muth or Njoku. I think if you want to play it a little safer, you go with Muth. If you want to gamble, then you go Njoku.
CeeDee Lamb or Dobbins in a full PPR, Ben? CeeDee Lamb 100% here.
Blackheart 2099, Kirk Cousins or Jared Goff. I have right now Kirk Cousins 2 spots higher than Jared Goff.
McLeod, digging your sunglasses. Where'd you get them from? We discussed this last week, I believe. A German man made them.
They're one of ones?
They're one of ones. Last sunglasses he ever made before he passed away. I forget his... Heinrich, I think was his name.
You named him Heinrich.
Heinrich was his name.
Just a Dude Man becoming a member for the 14th month. Says DJ Moore, Christian Watson, or Khalil Herbert in a full PPR. Also, is Njoku worth starting over Waller this week? I'm still going to roll with Waller there at your tight end. And then between DJ Moore, Christian Watson, or Khalil Herbert, if David Montgomery sits, I'm going with Khalil Herbert, even though it's a full PPR, just because the volume will be there. If David Montgomery plays, as much as no, I'm not starting. I'm going Khalil Herbert either way.
Buck says, I picked up Corey Davis, screw Nico and A-Rob. Good choice, Buck. London or Olave in a half PPR from Umair. It's going to be Olave for me.
All Rise 99, Eagles or Jags this week. I have Eagles or Jags. I have the Jags higher this week.
Need a running back 2 and 2 flex in a PPR. Hall, Stevenson, Godwin, and Olave. I like Stevenson against the Lions this week, but I'm actually going to back off here, and I'm going to tell you Hall, Godwin, and Olave.
We have Jonathan Nguyen, half PPR start 2, Ayuk, Elijah Moore, McKenzie, Pickens, Duvernay, with Higgins possibly being out. Okay, so yeah, we're still waiting to hear on Higgins. If we don't have Higgins and we have to start 2 of these, I'm going with Brandon Ayuk, and I'm firing up George Pickens there once again.
Jamal Williams or Aaron Jones? I've got Aaron Jones higher.
Lauren L, pick 2. Brandon Cooks, got Lazard, Josh Reynolds, or Zay Jones. For me, I'm going with the first 2 you listed there, Brandon Cooks and Alan Lazard.
Curtis Samuel, James Conner, Romeo Doubs. Need a flex. It's still going to be Curtis Samuels for me.
How about Cesar Ruiz? Full PPR 3-1 right now. Has Aaron Jones, Derrick Henry, CeeDee Lamb, Mike Williams, and for the flex has Jamal Williams and Amon-Ra. If Amon-Ra doesn't play, should you put in Romeo Doubs or Khalil Herbert in a full PPR? I'll go with the Doubs there.
Johnny Slabs, James Robinson, or CEH? We're going back to J-Rob this week.
Curtis Jones, pick 2.5 PPR. Algier, Etienne, Pollard, or Edmonds. 10 to 15 point locks for wide receivers and flex. Andrews, Lamar Jackson's the quarterback. So it sounds like you have safety at your wide receiver. You're looking for 2 flex or 2 running backs here. It looks like they're all going to be a gamble. I'm telling you that right now. And for that gamble, I'm going to take Travis Etienne and Chase Edmonds and cross my fingers.
Kellogg's 21. Would you all trade DJ Moore for David Montgomery? Now, if you're not a member of the channel, I dropped a DJ Moore film review today and talked about what the issue with him for right now is. And I don't really want to get rid of him. However, For David Montgomery, I'm okay with that because David Montgomery is going to take his spot back.
Ray Foltz is saying he wants to show some love for the headliners. Appreciate you out there, Ray. McLovin becoming a member for the 5th month. Gibby or Josh Reynolds in the flex. Now that we know that Brian Robinson is going to be active, Antonio Gibson becomes a lot more risky. I'm going to fire up Josh Reynolds as of right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you sent a super chat, we're like 30 minutes behind right now. We're trying to work our way back. Hang with us. If you sent one, stay here. Don't go anywhere because we are going to get to it. And a half PPR, Drake London or Curtis Samuel. It's going to be Curtis Samuel 100% for me.
James Smith, half PPR, 1 running back, 2 flexes between the Chicago running back. I guess you have both of them. Hunt, Stevenson, Cooks, London, and Garrett Wilson. For your 1 running back, I'm going to go with Ramondre Stevenson because we don't know about the backfield of Chicago just yet, and I love that backfield of New England this week. And then for your 2 flexes, it's going to be Brandon Cooks. If David Montgomery is out, I'll throw in Khalil Herbert as a second option. If David Montgomery plays, I'll gamble and go with Drake London there at the flex.
A.J. Dillon or Hunt this week, I'm going to have to go with A.J. Dillon.
Luke Larson, pick one each. PPR quarterback is Cousins, Wentz, or Geno Smith. I have Cousins highest there. Tight end, Dalton Schultz, Big Bob Tunyon. As much as I want to go Big Bob Tunyon, I think Dalton Schultz starts to get a little bit more action this week, but there's so many more options there. I'm going to probably still say that Big Bob Tunyon is the safer play. Schultz, if you want to gamble. Flex between McLaurin, Breece Hall, and you only need one of them. If you play it safe, it's Breece Hall. Me, I love some Terry McLaurin this week, so I would probably personally go with Terry McLaurin. It's a must-win this week. And is Higgins a go this weekend? Join the gaming stream tonight, guys. Yeah, I don't know if Kyle's gaming or not tonight.
Oh, we're going to game some Madden against some people. I've got a sign-up sheet already. We've got 11. Anna's right. 1,100. What? Sorry, did I cut you off?
Only thing I did, he asked if Higgins was playing this week, and it's still unknown. We still have no new information whether he's playing or not for sure.
1,147 people watching, only 561 likes. Not good enough, Headliner Nation. I need you to smash it for me right now. Is it time to drop Kyle Pitts? I wouldn't. I would actually stick him on your IR. He's out this week. You can probably stash him for another week free of charge.
Raymond M., should I trade Connor for Hunt in a standard league? No, I'm probably just going to stick with James Conner as of right now. Now, if this is just a spot on the bottom of your bench that you don't plan on using these guys anytime soon, Hunt may be a better stash because if anything happens to Nick Chubb, he becomes a lot more valuable. But, I mean, if you need somebody immediately, it's probably still James Conner.
Lamont, should I drop MVS? Yes. The only person I'm going to own there still is Juju for right now.
Just a dude man says Geno or Cousins. I love Geno, but I still have Cousins slightly higher. And then Higbee or Everett. Honestly, being that it doesn't seem like we have Keenan Allen once again, I'm going to go with Gerald Everett there. I think Higbee's getting a lot of targets, but Everett's finding the end zone more frequently.
Pick 2, Kamara, Dobbins, or Jamal Williams in a full PPR. Since it's full PPR, I'm probably still going to stick with Kamara and Jamal Williams here over Dobbins.
Rohit Prati traded Mike Evans and Michael Thomas and Rashad Penny for Jonathan Taylor. Depth was Waddle, Higgins, D-Hop, J-Rob, B-Rob, Mixon, and Everett. So you lost Mike Evans and Michael Thomas, but you still have Waddle, Higgins, and D-Hop coming back. You lost Penny, which I really don't care too much about, and you still have J-Rob, Mixon. I hate losing Mike Evans, but if Jonathan Taylor bounces back, you're going to be in a great spot to have multiple stud running backs and D-Hop coming back. It's a huge gamble because you've kind of sacrificed a lot of that depth at wide receiver that you had. But if Jonathan Taylor can figure out what the hell is going on here second half of the season, it's going to be a great addition to your team.
James, Godare or Everett? I've got Godare higher this week.
Carlos Douglas Jr., full PPR, need 2 out of Davis, Gabe Davis, Damian Harris, or Terry McLaurin. Oh, this is just pulling at my heartstrings right here. This is a full PPR. I think in a full PPR, I go Gabe Davis and Terry McLaurin. If you want to play it a little safer, it would be Damian Harris and Terry McLaurin. But for me, I'm gambling with the 2 wideouts.
Curtis Samuel or Gabe Davis. From Jeff, we're going with Curtis Samuel over Gabe Davis.
Dornage Davis, 3 wide receivers and a PPR flex. 3 wide receiver, PPR flex spot. Amon-Ra, Zeke, Corey Brown, Brandon Ayuk. So I'm guessing we only need one of these. Oh, so you need a 3rd wide receiver and a flex? Is that maybe what you're looking for? If that's the case, we don't know about Amon-Ra just yet. If we don't have him, I'm going with Brandon Ayuk. For the flex spot, then you have Amon-Ra, Zeke, or Corey Davis. It says Corey Brown, but I'm pretty sure you mean Corey Davis. If Amon-Ra plays, it's Amon-Ra. If he doesn't, I'm going Zeke.
Godwin or Brandon Cooks, Phil? I'm going to go with Godwin this week.
T Brady 16. What's up, fellas? 12-team league, half PPR. Pick one, Godwin or Devontae Smith. Godwin's still going to be safer for me there, but I love the upside of Devontae. Starting Chase and Higgins and need one more. Downside playing Chase and Higgins. There could be, especially with Higgins somewhat limited this week. If they don't put him out there for a full set of snaps, it could kind of hurt your team overall. I think if you want to play it safe, you could go with Chase, Godwin, and Devontae Smith. Have all three of those healthy guys in there. They all three have high ceilings, and then you don't risk it with Higgins. If you want to risk it with Higgins, though, I then take the safety of Chris Godwin to be the choice.
Tyler Everett or Hawkinson. I have got. Oh, I gotta check that one real quick. I have got Hawkinson 2 spots higher this week.
Nick Ryle. Hey guys, love the show. Just become a member today. Nick, welcome to the nation, my friend. Says Miles Sanders or Damian Harris in the flex spot. Also Curtis Samuel or Romeo Doubs in a full PPR. I still feel like Samuel's going to be slightly safer in a full PPR this week. For the other choice between Miles Sanders and Damian Harris, Miles Sanders has the much higher ceiling this week, but Damian Harris has the safer floor. I think if you want the safe play, it's Damian Harris. If you're willing to gamble a little bit, it all depends which Arizona Cardinals defense shows up. They're either dominant or non-existent. There's nothing in between. So if they have a bad day, Miles Sanders could eat. If they have a good day, we may see Miles Sanders with 6 or 7 points. So if you want the safety, it's Harris. You want to gamble, it's Sanders.
Jonathan, I need to swap David Montgomery back into my lineup. Who should I drop? Rashad White or Isaiah Pacheco? I'm going to go ahead and drop Pacheco. Keep White. A little bit more potential there right this minute.
Yep, James Smith, quarterback 2 in a 4-point per touchdown league. Got Cousins or Wentz. It's Cousins for me there. If CD sits, Noah Brown or Parker. I don't think CD's going to sit. If I had to choose one after that, it would probably be Noah Brown.
Njoku or Hawkinson. I've got Hawkinson higher. And then Carr or Murray. Ooh, I got to check that one real quick. It is... Ooh, I've got Murray at 8, Derek Carr at 9.
Luis Alvarado, full PPR. Do I start J.K. Dobbins? I don't mind that. Yeah, I would. And also flex A.J. Dillon, Elijah Moore, Josh Reynolds, or George Pickens. Yeah, I have no issue starting J.K. Dobbins. And then for your flex play after that, you have some question marks, right? We don't know for sure about Amon-Ra, so I don't really want to recommend Josh Reynolds right this second. Elijah Moore still kind of playing second fiddle at times to, Garrett Wilson and Corey Davis and those running backs in the backfield. I think this sounds so crazy to say in week 5 still. I think if you want to play it safe, it's A.J. Dillon. If you're willing to gamble, that's when I'm going George Pickens this week.
Joey, Marquise Brown or Devontae Smith? I've got Smith a smidge ahead.
Kingsman Painting. I got Kareem and A.J. Dillon. Don't know who to start. I mean, typically it would be Kareem Hunt in a matchup going up against LA, whose defense is somewhat struggling, but they just haven't been involving Kareem Hunt very often. I think the safer play is still AJ Dillon.
Jacob.
Yes.
Full PPR. Ingram, Tunyon, Gesicki, or Taysom Hill. I'm going to go with Bobby Tunyon here.
Deshaun says, what's up, boys? You trust in Russ the rest of the year. We haven't had a whole lot of trust in Russ much this year. I know a lot of people were totally bummed after Thursday. That had to be one of the worst football games that have been played in a long time. Sounds like he had some a minor procedure on his shoulder today to try to limit some of the pain. How much was that really affecting him? I don't know. He was the quarterback 3 overall in fantasy football 2 weeks ago. So the upside is there in that offense. The consistency isn't yet. So in order to start him, I need a little bit more consistency. And we just got to wait and see if we can get that from him. For right now, though, I'm starting other options.
Finnan, Jamal Williams, Dalvin Cook, Nick Chubb, or Dameon Pierce. Rank them, please. Nick Chubb, always, please.
Always.
Cook, Williams, and then Pierce.
Zen Rebel Studios says Gerald Everett or Conklin. I'm going with Gerald Everett there still. The touchdown upside is just too good to ignore. And then Corey Davis, Elijah Moore, or Raheem Mostert in the flex. It says full PPR there. I'm going to go ahead and go with Corey Davis this week.
Hunt or Connor. Connor's going to have more upside than Hunt, but Hunt's just not. Listen, I'm a little conflicted here. Hunt's not stealing those touchdowns anymore, which is good for Nick Chubb, but it's bad for those of you that have been relying on Hunt to possibly be a flex.
Yep.
Probably still going to go the other way and just sit Hunt for right now and see what happens over the next few weeks with him.
RJ's doing work. Welcome to Holden Chubb as a new member. K. Scott, what's up, headliner, says, I have Cousins and Wentz. Need a quarterback for rest of season. If I have to choose between those two rest of season right now, it's Cousins. You also listed Goff, Geno, Tanny, or Mariota. Right now, it's still Cousins for me. Jake, no hard feelings about leg and nest joke last week. Okay, are you the one that said I had small legs? We're going to have words one day, K. Scott. We're going to have words one day.
It's okay. Amon-Ra, Herbert, Dobbins, or Bobby Trees. Well, if Amon-Ra plays, it's 100% Amon-Ra. If he doesn't, it's Dobbins for me.
Michael Dudley got offered Mondre for Coop. I'm guessing that's Ramondre. Your wide receivers are T. Higgins, A.J. Brown, Waddle, Coop, Renfro, Ayuk, McKenzie. Running backs are Cook, Kamara, Herbert, Pollard, Madison. Lost Javante, would you accept? So you got offered Ramondre Stevenson for Amari Cooper, and then you'll still have T. Higgins, A.J. Brown, Jalen Waddle. I mean, Amari Cooper could finish the year so strong in that offense. So that's kind of what I'm worried about. You're basically sacrificing end of season production for current depth at running back. If you're okay with taking that gamble and risking end of season production because you still have some solid studs, if you're cool with that, then I'll take the running back.
Big Dutch, this is a hard one. Tough one. ETN or Hunt? Like Jake and I were talking about earlier, there's just a feeling like ETN's just like simmering. He's simmering. We're in the other room right now. We're not really watching the pot. We had the lid on the pot. All of a sudden we hear it start to clank around a little bit. But again, we've kind of lost focus because it hasn't really done anything up until this point. And all of a sudden, boom, it's just going to come off. I'm going to go ETN here.
All right, here we have Eric Munoz Jr. Full PPR need one. Gabe Davis, the Dubes, or Juju. If you want to play it safe, it's the Dubes. If you want to roll the dice and gamble, it's Gabe Davis.
Ertz or Kittle? I've got Ertz higher this week.
LKB Pythons, Dylan or Connor? For me, still going to be AJ Dillon this week.
Who to start tomorrow? Kirk or Amon-Ra St. Brown? Well, if he plays, it's Amon-Ra.
Best in the this is from Kalafa, been a member for 18 months, says best in the business, Jake and Kyle, first ballot Hall of Famers. Appreciate you out there, KK. And then Ibrahim Rather, Tannehill or Teddy, flexing Corey Davis, Singletary, or the Duve. For Tannehill or Teddy, I'm almost positive. I mean, I'm going to double check here, but I have Tannehill higher. Let's see here. I have Tanny not much higher. Damn, I only have Tanny one spot ahead of Teddy Bridgewater. I have Ryan Tannehill one spot higher. And then a Corey Davis, Singletary, or the Duve. If you want to play it safe, it's Corey Davis. If you want to gamble, it's the Duve.
McLaurin, Cooper, or London. Talked about this earlier. Feel like it could be McLaurin week. I like his upside there.
Chad Powers, becoming a member for the second month now. So there's a 10-team PPR QB. Russ, Cook, Jones, Dillon, Wilson Jr., ETN. At wide receiver, we have Jefferson, Sutton, Pittman, Davis, Bateman, Ayuk, and D-Hop. Tight end, you got Goddard. Do I need to upgrade anywhere? I think you need to look at maybe streaming another quarterback here for the next week or so until we see what's going on with Russ in Denver. And can he bounce back at all? If that means you have to drop somebody here, though, I don't know if you have anyone in order to drop that I would want to drop. I really don't want to drop Travis Etienne just yet. You can't drop D-Hop just yet because, I mean, he's just now getting ready to come back. Ayuk, I wouldn't want to drop. Yeah, I mean, if that is, I mean, that's probably Gabe Davis in there. I can't drop any of those guys. You may have to kind of just roll the dice with Wilson or see if you can get somebody that lands on an IR spot next week.
Started Naheem Hines at the flex. Olave, Kirk, Amon-Ra, Olave, pick 2.5 PPR. So if he plays, it's Amon-Ra and Olave.
Elijah Wilmot says 2 flex in a full PPR. Devontae Smith, McKenzie, Dillon, Conklin, and Palmer. For 2 flexes, it's going to be Devontae Smith and A.J. Dillon for me.
Olave, Samuel, London, and the flex. Got to pick one. If you want upside, it's Olave. If you want to play it safe, it's Curtis Samuel.
Joe Cotting, what's going on, Joe? Joe's been out there for a long time. Pick 2 in a PPR. Got Breece Hall, Connor, Khalil Herbert, Elijah Moore, or Josh Palmer. If David Montgomery sits, it's going to be Khalil Herbert and Breece Hall. If David Montgomery plays, it's going to be Breece Hall and James Conner.
Ozil Vasquez wants to know, with Keenan Allen out, Keenan Allen's half-brother, Keenan Allen. Got to start 3. Damian Harris from Andre Stevenson. The Doobs. Wilson or Curtis Samuel in a full PPR calf cam, maybe a little bit later on. We got too many messages right now. Damian Harris. The Doobs. And then Curtis Samuel. Wilson, I'm going to guess you mean Garrett Wilson. If you want more upside, then it's him over Dobbs, but I'm going to go with Dobbs there instead.
All right, let's see here. The next one we have Jack Needham. It says Leonard Fournette or James Robinson in the flex spot in a half PPR. Right now in a half PPR, I have Leonard Fournette 1 spot higher than James Robinson.
Tyler Algier or Corey Davis at the flex in a half PPR. Algier is going to have more upside, but Corey Davis is going to be a far safer option this week. I probably lean towards him just to ensure that, yes, Algier will be the lead back next week. I want to be careful with that.
Michael Dudley says, it was PPR for my team as well. Love Headliner Nation. I don't. Oh, there it was. That was the one where you're asking if you need to do anything with your team. And no, that still doesn't change anything for me.
Mike Williams, Curtis Samuel, Jamal Williams for the flex. Curtis Samuel is going to be your safest option out of them. Jamal Williams is going to have your highest upside.
Carlos Almonte becoming a member for the 5th month of full chub. He's got a full handful.
Carlos!
He's 0-4, just traded Gerald Everett for Miles Sanders, like that, and also traded Drake London and Rashad Penny for Keenan Allen, okay? I have Chase, Diggs, Smith, and Samuel as your other wide receivers. I like both of those trades, personally.
You sent DK Metcalf, this is from Zach, DK Metcalf and Zeke for Jonathan Taylor. I mean, I don't hate it. There is a potential that by the end of the year you ended up giving up a little too much, but if Jonathan Taylor comes back and plays well, then you probably end up winning that trade. So could end up being a little bit risky, but I don't think it's a huge risk.
How about we go to Ed Miller in a half PPR wide receiver 2, pick 1 between Thielen, Cooks, London, Palmer. If I have to pick 1 in a half PPR there, I'm going to go with Adam Thielen there still. His volume's just now starting to pick up. His time in the end zone is coming, so I'm going with Thielen. And then the flex, you have J. Rob, Wilson, or Hunt. It's going to be James Robinson for me.
Colin, Geno or Teddy Two Gloves? Yeah, I mean, Geno is probably going to be your safest bet, but Teddy Two Gloves is probably going to have the highest upside with the weapons he has there. So it kind of depends on what you need in your lineup from the quarterback position. I think both of them have the same type of risks associated with them.
Dustin Kane, Pat Freiermuth, or Big Bob Tunyon in a full PPR. I'm still leaning a little bit towards Big Bob Tunyon.
Standard, Waddle, Thielen, or Thielen and Singletary. No, I'm starting Waddle and Thielen.
Blair Davis, start Deontay Johnson or Gabe Davis. I think if you want to play it safer, it's Deontay Johnson. Me, personally, I'm gambling on Gabe Davis.
Greg, flex Penny or Gallup. Still need to see more of Gallup coming back from that injury. We're going Penny there.
Casey Sullivan, who's been a member now for 14 months of excessive chub.
Screw that
and he's
guy.
He's hung out with us for 2 weekends in Canton, Ohio over the last 2 years.
And by hung out, you mean hung out.
Yeah. He's got Mixon, Eckler, Robinson, can start 2 in a full PPR. Casey. I don't want to sit any of them, Casey. Like, none of them. Obviously, I think Mixon and Eckler have to be in your lineup. If you would rather play it somewhat safer, I do think that James Robinson may be safer than Mixon. So, it just depends. I don't know if I could sit Mixon, though. Even though he's been highly inefficient, the volume's been there to cover for it. So, if it's me, if it's my team, it's Mixon and Eckler.
Aaron, Big Bob Tunyon or David Njoku? We're going with the joke, baby.
Is Anna flagging you out there?
She threw a flag. Listen, it's probably just instead of like roughing the kicker, it's probably just running into the kicker. So it's only like a 5-yard penalty, whatever.
Okay, but it's an automatic first down though.
No,
No.
they still have to punt again.
Okay. Let's see here. We got Monte, then a half PPR flex. Zeke, London, Dubes, Goddard, already starting Waller. I think I played the safety there, and I'm going to go with the Dubes in a half PPR.
Brees Hall or A.J. Dillon tomorrow. If you want upside, it's Brees Hall.
Right now, YouTube is telling me to insert an ad. I told YouTube to suck it. We have TBBS Rick. Who sits? Jamal Williams, Dobbins, or Pierce? I don't want any of them to sit. I sit Jamal Williams, but I don't like it.
Tyler, Josh Reynolds, or the Duve. If Amon-Ra is out, it's Josh Reynolds. If Amon-Ra plays, it's the Duve.
Ignacio at my flex. Godwin, J-Rob, Mike Williams, or Jamal Williams in a full PPR. Like the stream. Appreciate you out there. Godwin, James Robinson, Mike Williams, Jamal Williams. It's a lose because you're going to end up sitting 3 guys that are going to score some points. If you want to gamble for some higher upside, you go Chris Godwin. If you want to play it safer, it's James Robinson.
Gibson or Curtis Samuel on the flex from MB321. That's going to be the Sams for me.
Joe Cotting, pick 1 in a PPR. You got Palmer, Elijah Moore, Corey Davis, Bobby Trees, Josh Reynolds, or Zay Jones. If we don't have Amon-Ra, it'll be Josh Reynolds. If we do have him, I'm going to go ahead and go with Corey Davis this week.
Hank, Cooks is probably a little bit safer than Palmer, leaning Cooks there. And then George Kittle or the Muth, we're going to go with the Muth.
Kyle Reeves, pick 2 full PPR. Edmonds, Davis, or the Dooves. You got Cousins or Geno, Peanut Butter Banana, or PB&J. Pick 1. Thanks, boys. Keep up the good work. All right, for the first question, pick 2 in a full PPR between Edmonds, Davis, and the Dooves. I don't know. I'm guessing that's Corey Davis. If it is, I'm gonna gamble. I'm gonna go with Corey Davis and the Duve. Out of Cousins or Geno, I have Cousins slightly higher. Out of Peanut Butter and Banana or Peanut Butter and Jelly, I have Peanut Butter and Jelly ranked 1 and Peanut Butter Banana ranked 2. And it says, thanks, boys. Keep up the good work. Appreciate you, Kyle.
Pierce, you're welcome. Pierce, Sanders, Cook, or Jay Will, pick 3. I have them ranked this way in order. Cook. Yes, okay. Cook, Jay Will, Pierce, and then Sanders in that order.
Let's see here. Now we have Patrick Mayer. Need help. Christian Kirk or the Duve. Deontay Johnson, Gabe Davis. Need 2 of them. For me, that's going to be Gabe Davis and Christian Kirk. Running back 1, Dalvin Cook. Running back 2 is Fournette. And the flex is Damian Harris. Or should I run 3 wide receivers? Need a win. Love the channel. Thank you, gentlemen. No, I probably stick with Damian Harris there and go with Kirk and Gabe Davis. What are you laughing at now?
JL Green. In the Norval chat.
I don't know.
Brandon. How's your weekend, fellas? Good, Brandon. How is yours? And a half PPR flex, Stevenson, Dobbins, or Jones. Aaron Jones for me there.
Brandon Long. Becoming a member for the 12th month of Holding Chubb. Standard League, start 1 running back and 1 wide receiver between Jamal Williams or Dameon Pierce. Hate to sit either one, but I'll probably start Dameon Pierce. And then Christian Kirk, Gabe Davis, or Drake London. If you want to play it safe, it's Christian Kirk. If you want to gamble for the upside, it's Gabe Davis there. It says, thanks for the great content. Appreciate you, Brandon.
Mark wants to know the Duve or DJ Moore in a full PPR. We're gonna go. We're gonna have to go with Duvernay there over DJ Moore for the upside play. Unfortunately,
Crooksrusa. Flex Ayuk, Algier, Gallup, Boyd in a standard league. I typically want to flex the running back when I can, but here I'm kind of just chasing that touchdown upside. I'm gonna go with Brandon Ayuk in the flex.
All right, let's. Jake, who did you just answer?
Crook RSA. Crookrasa.
And what time was that at?
8:58.
Holy crap. Okay, so we're falling way behind, chat. Let's give us a second here to try and get through some of these. What was the name? Crookrasa? That's who you just answered?
Yep.
Okay. So Jake and I are going to try and bang out some of the super chats. You get us to 800 likes. You get us to 800 likes, and Jake will jump right in to let it flow after that. So get us to 800 likes. Jake, take it away. We got to get caught up on some super chats. We'll be back. We'll be back in just a minute to the normal chat.
Chalky, my dudes, went after Chase this week for him, for Kirk Penny. So pumped up. I don't mind that trade whatsoever. RB2 question: Jacobs, Robinson, Jamal Williams, Damian Pierce. If you can only choose one of them, I'm gonna go with James Robinson this week.
Dog's Breakfast becoming a member for the 9th month. Sup, boys? Preach y'all. Bench 1 in a full PPR. Kamara, Mixon, Jamal Williams, Tyreek, Lamb, or Hollywood. Then Jags or Cowboys defense. Thanks again. I am benching Hollywood out of all of them. And then Jags or Cowboys. I have got the Cowboys at 7, the Jags at 8.
Kwame Becker-Waganda. Full PPR, 1 running back, 1 flex out of A.J. Dillon, Stevenson, or Cooks. I think if you want to play it safe, it's Dillon and Stevenson. If you want to gamble a little bit more, it becomes Dillon and Cooks.
Kevin Ashton, Schultz or Conklin in a full PPR. It's Schultz or Conklin for me this week.
Bruce Asmodeus has become a member for the 2nd month of Full Chubb, and all he wrote was Full Chubb.
Crispy becoming a member for the 5th month of Holden Chubb. Love the backward hat, fellas. Makes you more aerodynamic for answering questions. We're catching flies if we need to again this week. Cousins or Carr this week. Can you tell the season's injury to suck it? Hey, season injuries, suck it.
Suck it.
Suck it. Now, your question was Cousins or Carr. I believe I have Cousins higher. That is incorrect, though, because I have Carr at 9 and Cousins at 10.
Artform 74. You guys are the best. Full PPR: Mike Williams, Eckler, Damian Pierce, Stevenson, Marquise Hollywood Brown in London. You need 1 wide receiver, 2 running backs, and 2 flexes. For your 1 wide receiver first, that will be Mike Williams. For your 2 running backs, it's going to be Eckler and Damian Pierce. For your 2 flexes, it's going to be Ramondre Stevenson and Marquise Hollywood Brown.
Rob G, sub guys, got offered Jamar Chase for Mike Evans. Should I accept? My other wide receivers are Stephon Diggs, D-Hop, and Michael Thomas. I'm good with going Jamar Chase over Mike Evans rest of the season.
Yeah, me too. Fill in the blank, becoming a member for the 18th month of Full Chubb. Says, I know you guys have tried to get Nick Chubb live on the channel. Doesn't he know how popular this show is? Seriously, all of us would heavily contribute to a charity of his if he appeared. Phil, I have reached out to Nick. I have reached out to Nick's people. I don't get a whole lot in return. The last message I got from them was said, how much would we offer to pay? And once I got that email, I pretty much stopped responding.
Anthony Denicola gifted 20 memberships, but didn't come up and they charged me. I haven't seen any gifted memberships.
I haven't today? I haven't seen any gifted ones today.
I haven't seen any gifted anything come up, Anthony. You might have to try and go to YouTube's like assistance page and maybe like try to get a hold of somebody. Unfortunately, there's nothing that we can do about that because our members don't even show any. They don't show any gifted members here.
Yeah, I don't see anything on our side.
Yeah.
Steven Siciliano. Hey guys, happy Saturday. If Amon-Ra is out, pick one in a standard league between McLaurin, Thielen, or Pickens. Love you guys. For me, it's going to be Terry McLaurin still.
Blackheart 2099, Kirk Cousins or Jared Goff. I've got Cousins higher than Goff this week.
LJ, want to upgrade my wide receiver too. Trade McLaurin, Woods for Kirk. No, I'm not going to trade both of them for Christian Kirk just a second. I mean, I think Christian Kirk may be safer for the short term, but I don't know about long term if that's really going to help your team much.
Batmanista, Thielen, Dobbins, or Najee in a full PPR. If we're I'm going to take one of the running backs here. Dobbins and Najee. I have got I've got Dobbins higher this week.
Okay. Eric Sanchez says Devontae Smith or Jacobs for the flex in a full PPR. I think if you play it safer with Josh Jacobs as your flex, the higher gamble upside would be Devontae Smith, but there is risk with it.
You just answered Eric Sanchez.
Yep.
Ed G in a full PPR league. Start one, Elijah Moore, Ayuk, or Pickens. Moore is going to be safest. Ayuk is going to have your highest upside there. Grab Melvin Gordon off waivers and drop either Ramondre or ETN. Honestly, No, I want to keep both of those guys over Melvin Gordon.
We have Sean Thomas, pick 2 for a flex, half PPR. AJ Dillon, Ramondre Stevenson, Curtis Samuel, Christian Kirk. Help a brother out. All right, Sean. So for 2 flex spots and a half PPR, normally I'm going running back here. But this week I'm going to go with Curtis Samuel and Christian Kirk and hopefully rack up some of those receptions.
Twism, Curtis Samuel. Nope. Wait a second. Who did you just answer? My thing.
You're on the right one.
I am. Okay, Twism. I'm scrolling back up here. Curtis Samuel, Singletary, or Hollywood Brown. Thanks, guys. Curtis Samuel for me.
Zen Rebel Studios, Gerald Everett or Conklin. That's going to be Gerald Everett for me. And Corey Davis, Elijah Moore, Raheem Mostert in the flex. That's going to be Corey Davis as well. 12-team full PPR. Thank you both. Appreciate you, Zen Rebel.
Big Dogmere sent a $1 donation. Appreciate you. Rohit Pratai just wanted to show some love. Appreciate you as well. Kalen Simpkins, 14-team full PPR, need 2 flex. Dobbins, Pierce, Dillon, the Doobs, or Pickens. If we're going to go with 2 people here and a full PPR, we're going to go with Dobbins and Pierce.
Carlos Almonte dropping a 20 bomb in the chat. Appreciate you, Carlos. Can you rate my team? 0-4. Got Josh Allen, James Robinson, Miles Sanders, Ramondre Stevenson, Chase Diggs, Smith. Then you got Gano, Keenan Allen, Brian Robinson, Curtis Samuel, Tyler Algier. Just traded for Sanders and Allen and traded Robinson 3 weeks ago. I don't know if that means James Robinson or Allen Robinson. I'm hoping it was Allen Robinson, that you could get something there for him before he absolutely sucked it up. But overall, the team is stacked. I love James Robinson, Miles Sanders. Not a whole lot of depth at running back right now. Maybe if Tyler Algier can turn into something, but you're stacked at wide receiver and a great quarterback. So I think you're going to be good to go here rest of season. Antonio
Castro, who to start? Mostert, Harris, Devontae Smith, or DJ Metcalf?
DJ Metcalf.
If you want upside, it's Devontae Smith for me this week.
Cold Brew Samurai, Carr or Lawrence, Pickens, Myers, or A-Rob. I have Derek Carr higher for quarterback, and then between Pickens, Myers, or A-Rob, I'm gambling and going with always open George Pickens.
Robin Ortman, hey guys, the Duve. Jacoby Myers, Zay Jones, or Rashad White in the flex for a standard league. I'm going with the Duve.
Let's see here. We have Jeffrey Foote. What's going on? Jeffrey says, hey guys, if Tyreek Hill doesn't play, who should I start? Devontae Parker or Allen Robinson? I have no other options. Thank guys. You guys are dope. At this point, I'm just gambling with Allen Robinson in hopes that he can complete one of those passes in the end zone because Devontae Parker now has Bailey Zappi as his quarterback here this week, and they just got Tyquan Thornton back as well. So I'm gambling with A-Rob again in this situation.
Pucks 2X in a full PPR, pick 2. Josh Jacobs, Ramondre, or Curtis Samuel. I'm going to bench Ramondre there.
Ryan Johnson. Taylor Williams out, which means he lost Jonathan Taylor and Javonte Williams. That sucks. Starting Pierce, but as the number 2, do you like Algier, Pacheco, or Rashad White? Also, Dubes or Cooks as wide receiver, too. Algier's probably going to get you the most touches. And at this point, I think that could really benefit you because Pacheco's going to be, low end. Rashad White could see some work if they can get a lead on Atlanta. But we haven't really seen him get excessive volume yet with no Cordero Patterson. It is a huge risk, but I'm going to go with Algier in this situation. And then between Dubes and Cooks, if you want to play it safe, it's the Dubes. If you want to gamble, it's Cooks.
Georgie Brennan, I have got Teddy Two Gloves higher than Wentz this week.
Jake Nielsen in the full PPR. Dillon or Thielen in the flex. Be risky and do ETN 0-4 right now. So I don't know if ETN is one of the options here. You only listed Dillon or Thielen in the flex. If I have to choose between them, I'm going to go with Thielen. If it's between Thielen and ETN, that would be a huge risk. It's still safer to go Thielen, but if you want to gamble, that's ETN.
Victor, should I trade Zeke and Lockett for D-Hop? I don't, not with the way Lockett's playing right now.
Perfect. I get to answer the question for Fear Boner. What's
Fear
going on,
Boner.
Fear? I traded Thielen for Amon-Ra, and I need help with flex Ayuk, Zeke, or Jeff Wilson. This week I'm probably going to go with Brandon Ayuk in this situation. In a full PPR, your team is Burrow, Henry, Pierce, Lockett, Amon-Ra, and Freiermuth. Then Ayuk would be that choice because if you don't have Amon-Ra, Ayuk goes into your wide receiver spot, and then you're stuck with either Zeke or Jeff Wilson. in your flex, and right now Jeff Wilson may be slightly safer.
Roman, Tunyon or Hurst? I believe that's supposed to be Hurst. I'm going to go with Hurst this week, and then Schultz or Conklin, I'm going with Conklin.
DGGG. Pick one running back in a flex in a PPR. You got Gibson, Penny, Reynolds, Elijah Moore. I don't love hardly any of them. Right now, we know that Brian Robinson's going to be active. How much does he actually get? We don't know. I think if you want to play it safe here, the safer option is going to be Josh Reynolds and Elijah Moore. If you want to gamble a little bit more and Amon-Ra doesn't play, then it becomes Gibson and Elijah Moore.
Ryan Phillips, need a tight end and a flex. Kittle, Njoku. Also, Palmer, Renfro, Carter, or Herbert, Pickens, or whatever tight end you didn't pick. Well, I'm going to start Njoku, and then in the flex, if it's probably Palmer for me if you want upside.
Flip side fishing. Should I trade Pitts and Akers for Mixon? Thanks. Yeah. Honestly, I don't hate that. I don't have any issues.
I don't
with
even
that.
don't hate it. I don't hate
as much
it.
as I still think Kyle Pitts bounces back somewhat this year. I don't hate that whatsoever. I go do that trade.
Alvaro Victoria, pick 2 in a PPR. Najee, Hall, or CE. I'm assuming that's CEH. I've actually got Hall and CEH higher than Najee this week.
Yep. Daichi, Schultz, Logan Thomas, or Irv Smith. That one I have. I'm going to go with Logan Thomas there with no Jahan Dotson. And then between Penny or Carter, I'm going to gamble and go with Rashad Penny.
How is it that we have almost 1,200 people watching and we don't even have 800 likes yet? Super disappointing. Your favorite kicker is going to shank one tomorrow. Was that Daichi or just a dude,
yes,
man?
That was Daichi.
Just a dude, man. Would you start Higbee and Everett instead of Herbert in a full PPR? Did they verify that David Montgomery is playing tomorrow?
I can look while you're doing that. I don't think it was for sure.
I don't think it was for sure either. I just want to make sure something hasn't popped up recently. Other starters are Barkley, Mixon, A.J. Brown. Keep up the good work, boys. Just a dude, man. Appreciate you.
Hold on. I'm.
If David Montgomery is out, then yes, I am starting Herbert and I'm starting Higbee. If David Montgomery plays, I probably still start Higbee instead of trying to flex, or I'm still starting Herbert instead of trying to flex another tight end and just hope that he scores a touchdown or maybe gets a few big plays.
All right, Kyle, I'm going to get my helmet ready here. If you want to do a couple here while I get ready, because we hit 849 likes now.
Nice. There we go. Drills. Do I trade Najee for Dameon Pierce? I know based on current performance that it would lead you to believe that, yes, you would want to do that. But I think we need to keep in mind that Najee Harris is a more complete running back than Dameon Pierce. Let's let him get back from his injury. Let Kenny Pickett take over, see what he can do. I think we need to hold tight there. If you can get another piece with Pierce, then I think that becomes a little bit better to do. Regular Nintendo and a half PPR. Garrett Wilson, Waller, Ayuk, Boyd. Who sits? If I had to sit one person there, I'd probably sit Boyd this week. Bernardo Rivera. Dylan or Stevenson's or Herbert. Pick 2 in a PPR. Thanks. Right now it's Dylan and Stevenson for me. If David Montgomery doesn't play, then I would go Dylan and Herbert. Aaron Northcutt, Robert Woods, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Gabe Davis, or Jamal Williams. Pick 2 in a half PPR. If he plays, it's Amon-Ra and Jamal Williams. If he doesn't play, it's Gabe Davis and Jamal Williams. Chris Park, full PPR, starting Damian Harris and Stevenson in the flex. Swap one for Gabe Davis. Appreciate you guys. Help me out a bunch with fantasy. Chris, appreciate you. If you want more upside, I probably go Gabe Davis over Stevenson. If you want to be safer, then leave it as it is. Sean McEwen with the 10-bomb, tight end whisperer, with Parham making his debut against the Browns, and Everett had a kind of a hamstring thing going on. Do you think he could fall back because of it? I'm not going to go that route unless I actually see it. I'm still going to go with Everett this week. Austin Santiago, starting Mixon and Dameon Pierce, flexing Jamal. Should I replace any with Damian Harris? I think Damian Harris is a safer option than Dameon Pierce this week. And then, or should I flex Curtis Samuel over Williams? I probably still start Jamal Williams there. Oh, I just scrolled. Jake, are you going to let it flow through the super chat?
Yep, I'm going to do a little bit. I'm going to go back and forth.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're at 874 likes, 1,188 people watching. It is a Saturday night at 9:53 p.m. We kick off Week 5 games. Well, technically on Thursday, but we kick them off again tomorrow morning. We got to get the questions answered. We got to get rolling. And the only way that we can do that is with the greatest segment in the fantasy football industry today. Ladies and gentlemen, get your questions ready. Get your Let It Flow emojis flowing. It's time for Let It Flow. 3, 2, 1, ba-boom.
Ricky says bench one PPR, Godwin, Hollywood Brown, or Gabe Davis. For me, this week is probably going to be Hollywood Brown, even though I don't love it. Andy Wordlaw, DK or McLaurin, Jacobs or Jamal Williams. I'm going to go with Jacobs. Yes, I'm going to go with Jacobs there. And out of DK and McLaurin, I'm probably going to lean towards Terry McLaurin by a skosh. Jacob Valdez. Appreciate your donation out there, Matt Mason. If Higgins is out, who do I flex? London, Cooks, or Najee? If Higgins is out, my next choice there is probably going to say it's going to be Brandon Cooks if you want to play it safe, Najee if you want to gamble. Ozil Vasquez, Keenan Allen out. Got to start 3. Damian Harris, Ramondre Stevenson, the Doobs, Garrett Wilson, or Curtis Samuel, full PPR, calf cam, banger alert. So we have to start 3. It's going to be Damian Harris. It's going to be the Doobs, Romeo Dobbs, and then if you want to play it safer, we go with Curtis Samuel. If you want to gamble a little bit, you go Ramondre Stevenson, Joe Scab. Am I crazy for starting Damian Harris over Najee? No, I actually have Damian Harris ranked higher than Najee this week. Ricky also says, shout out to the other channels that said avoid Chubb. Yeah, where are they at right now? It's awfully quiet, isn't it, Ricky? Freddie Guerrero, fixed team, full PPR. You got Trevor Lawrence, Chubb, Barkley, Williams, Thielen, Schultz, flexing Derrick Henry. Good Lord, you got Duvernay, Koo. And then on the bench, you got Hopkins, Pickens, Davis, Wilson, or Herbert. Nothing that I'm changing there. Overall, the team is pretty stacked. I'm leaving it as is. Luis Alcantar. Hey, guys, can't stay but full PPR. Should I stash Rashad White or Bobby Trees? It's Rashad White for me. Mega Dr. Dre, Dubes, or Waddle? I'm still going with Waddle. Sounds like he should be good to go, and we may not have Tyreek Hill, so give me Waddle. Lit Nick, becoming a member for the 12th month. Lit Nick, the legend in the chat. Sup, headliners, currently at the bar playing tunes. I will miss you boys tonight. Love yins. If I get done soon-ish, I'll come back into chat. LFG, let's go from Lit Nick. Hashtag Lit Nick in the chat. Joe Lopez, need a running back too. Should I start Algier, Gibson, Robinson, Edmonds, White, or Madison? Also, Bears defense or Ravens defense, PPR league. Thank you. For the defensive question, it's not going to be the Ravens this week against Cincinnati. So give me the Bears defense. And then out of the running back 2, I don't love any of them, so I'll gamble and go with Tyler Algier and cross my fingers. Bobo Beyond, who's the better quarterback stash for the week, Geno Smith or Kenny Pickett? For me right now, hard to deny that Geno Smith isn't playing great football. Jordan Peasy, we got Zeke or ETN and a half PPR. If you want to play it safe and boring, you go Zeke. If you want to gamble and ride the lightning, that's when it becomes Travis Etienne. James Smith and a half PPR. You got one running back and one flex between the Chicago running back. I think we've done this question before. Dylan, Jeff Wilson, Deontay, or Josh Reynolds. One running back there. That's going to be A.J. Dillon right now because we still don't know for sure about David Montgomery. If David Montgomery sits, then we will go with Khalil Herbert in that situation. And then for the flex, the next option is going to be Deontay Johnson. Robin Ortman, give Fournette and Gabe Davis and get A.J. Brown. Is that good? I don't know what other running back depth you have. You would need to have another 3 startable running backs on that roster for me to take that trade because, honestly, Fournette and Gabe Davis is quite a lot to give up. Star-Lord 1027, big day from rookie tight end Cade Otton coming with Braid out, potentially, but that's kind of the reason why I like Chris Godwin as much and Mike Evans this week as well. We have TVVXQ, PPR, Lazard or Juju. I'm going to go with Alan Lazard, even though I hate London games. Aaron Carlson, full PPR, pick 2 between Waddle, Samuel, Deontay, and the Dubes. I'm going to go with Jalen Waddle as one of them. If you want to play it safe, the next best option, in my opinion, safety-wise, is the Dubes. If you want to gamble, it's Curtis Samuel. Mason Routhier, becoming a member for the 18th month, says, Sup all, long-time listener, lots of questions asked, best channel on YouTube, become a member and join Discord. Absolutely, Mason's on there with us, having a great time. Zay Jones, Myers, or Palmer for your wide receiver 4 in a standard league. In a standard league, I'd probably gamble and go with Josh Palmer and hope for the touchdown. Jamie, play Singletary or Gallup over Daniel Jones in a half PPR super flex. I do not like Dan. His entire fantasy upside is predicated on rushing, and he's got an ankle injury. So personally, I'm probably, who do they got? It's going to be so close. I mean, I think you have a horrible game from Daniel Jones, and you're still going to be right there in line with Michael Gallup. If it's me personally, I'm probably rolling with Michael Gallup over Daniel Jones. You got Brissett, Dalton, Rush, Garoppolo also on waivers. Honestly, Dalton, Rush, Dalton. Honestly, Andy Dalton may be a safer option for your super flex play there this week. Not a super high ceiling, but he can get you 12 to 14 points or so. Solo Ho? Okay. Mike Williams or Breece Hall for your flex in a standard league. I think Breece Hall is safer. If it's me, I'm gambling and going Mike Williams. Daniel Davis, Stevenson, Sanders, or Fournette. I can only pick two. Hate to sit Stevenson, but I'm going to pick Sanders and Fournette. Fill in the blank gifted a membership. Thank you for that, Phil. Sandy O, KO 4000, PPR, 2 wide receivers, 1 flex. The Dubes, Juju, Metcalf, Deontay Johnson, or Kamara. Well, I would start Kamara if he plays tomorrow. Another player we're kind of waiting to see, but that would be the flex play. For the 2 wide receivers, I'm going to go with DK Metcalf. And if you want to play it safe, it's Romeo Dobbs. If you want to gamble a bit, it's Deontay Johnson. But then Kamara in the flex if he plays. If he does not play, I would take the opposite there and put Dubes, Metcalf, and Deontay in those 3 spots. Crook Hater, becoming a member for the 11th month. Appreciate y'all for everything you do. Appreciate you out there, Crook Hater. Jonathan Rodriguez, Algier or Gibson in a PPR. I don't love either, but I would go Algier and cross my fingers, and then Zach Wilson or Stafford rest of season. This sounds absolutely crazy, but right now it's looking like it would be Zach Wilson. There's just too much talent in LA for them to not figure it out at some point. We just don't know how many more weeks that's going to take. All right, let's see here. What else we got? Olave or London? It's going to be Olave for me this week, Sir TC. We have Renfro or Najee for Big Mont. Honestly, I'm probably still going to roll Najee out there and hope for the best. PPR League, Godwin or Hollywood? That's going to be Godwin for Elijah Berlanga. We got Brandon Cooks or Jeff Wilson for Dexter Brett. That's going to be Brandon Cooks for me. Robert Woods or Garrett Wilson. Give me Garrett Wilson. Standard League, Kittle or Higbee. Higbee's going to be safer this week. Renfro or Elijah Moore in a PPR, probably still going to be Elijah Moore by a hair until we see how Hunter Renfro is out there and how involved they can actually get him in the offense for once this year. How about trade Diggs for Chubb and Hollywood Brown? I don't know what the rest of your roster looks like, Jamare Townsend, but I mean, that's something that's a possibility. It just depends what other wide receivers you have. We have Undisputed Frost just saying, what up? What's going on? Alan Osorio says Najee or Waddle in a PPR. That'll be Waddle for me. Najee or Stevenson. That is so close. I still think Stevenson is safer this week, but if it's me, I'm probably gambling and still starting Najee and hoping for that touchdown. Higbee or Ertz. I'm going with Ertz this week, even though I do like Tyler Higbee. AJ Dillon or Zeke in a half PPR. Got Dillon slightly higher. Trade D-Hop for Breece Hall or CEH. I have Brown, Debo, and Adams. I'm guessing that's A.J. Brown, Debo, and Adams. Would you trade D-Hop for Breece Hall? Yes, I would probably do that if you need help at running back. If this is just a stash on the bottom of your bench and you're never going to use this, then probably not. Then I keep what you got. Anna's out there correcting somebody, telling them what Let It Flow is. I guess so. You have to be a subscriber to be in the chat, though, don't you? Maybe. I don't even know if we have subscribers only mode on. Probably not. Slim Dan says... It is. He says the helmet. That's right. The helmet is on, and it's squeezing. It's really tight tonight. AJ Dillon, the helmet, that is, Kyle. AJ Dillon or Zeke in a half PPR. It's going to be AJ Dillon for me here. We have Kareem Hunt or Higbee in the flex. Man, I would love to say this is an easy Kareem Hunt, but it's really not. If this is any type of PPR scoring, I'm probably leaning towards Higbee by a hair. Derek Carr or Trevor Lawrence have Derek Carr higher. Deontay Johnson or Devin Duvernay, I got Deontay Johnson higher this week. Dylan Singletary or Stevenson in a full PPR flex. I'm going to go with Ramondre Stevenson there as of right now. Whew.
Where were you at in the super chats?
I am at Jonathan Rodriguez.
Jonathan Rodriguez, Algier or Gibson in a PPR, Zach Wilson or Stafford rest of the season. Wait, you did answer this one, didn't you? Can you hear me? He can't hear me. He doesn't have his...
Were you talking to me?
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Dude, you already answered Jonathan Rodriguez? Because it was about Zach
Oh,
Wilson.
yeah, I did. Yeah,
Okay,
sorry.
okay. The recovery, 716. Hey, headliners, 10-team standard, no PPR. Start Stevenson or Gabe Davis in the flex. This is Gabe Davis for me in a standard league. Your main theme song is Straight Fire. Appreciate you. It really is. Aaron Northcutt, are Jason Sanders and Mason Crosby good fantasy options, or are there better options you would say on the waiver wire? Maybe someone under the radar. Aaron, I don't care about the kicker that I run. More than likely, I'm streaming whoever the best option is that week. So are they good options? I think they're just fine. If there's a better option out there, then they're projected for more points. Like, that's all it is for me and kickers really right now.
Highest scoring offense, trying to find guys indoors. That's the extent of my kicker research.
Yep. Crook hater. No question, just support. Crook, appreciate the 20 bomb. Thanks so much for that support. Really do appreciate that. Brandon Long in a full PPR start 1. Connor, Dillon, or Stevenson. Aaron Jones is my RB1. I mean, normally Dillon would probably be my start here, but since you already have Aaron Jones, let's go with Stevenson for some upside. Sean Thomas, 111. I posed my question wrong. Pick 2 and 1 has to be a running back. Stevenson, Dillon, Curtis Samuel, and Kirk. That's going to be Curtis Samuel and Dillon for me. Lailo, Cordova. And a full PPR, Deontay Johnson, Thielen, Lazard, or Samuel. Need 2. It's going to be Thielen and Samuel for me this week. Big Dogmere, Tyreek, Lamb, Olave, Drake, or Kirk. Pick 3. Tyreek, Lamb, Olave, in that order. Glenn Smith, becoming a member of Holden Chubb. What up, Glenn? And a half PPR was offered Stafford and Justin Jefferson for Bateman and Lamar Jackson. I want to take it. I mean, if your league doesn't have crazy scoring for quarterbacks, I probably go ahead and take that trade. If you do have something crazy and Lamar Jackson is like the #1 overall player by a significant point total, then I probably hold off, or I try to get them to chip in another piece with that. Carl Cattle made a drunken trade. Cook, Madison, and McLaurin for Chase and Brian Robinson. Any advice moving forward? I mean, honestly, Carl, it's not great, but I don't think it's horrible getting Chase in return. Any advice moving forward? You're probably going to need a running back, so I would take a look at trying to get one right now.
Yeah, just don't drunk trade. That's the advice.
Yeah, don't drink and trade. James, lost Pitts, choose one off the waiver wire. Hurst, Disley, or Auden in a full PPR. Still have Hurst higher there. Of course I scrolled down. That was...
Now you're on Rubio. You got Jeff Wilson or Ramondre in a half PPR.
Yep,
I'm going to go with Ramondre this week.
Ramondre, Ricky drafted Chubb over #1 overall. Let's go. Ricky. And I bet everybody was laughing at you too. And you said, you know what? Screw you guys. And guess what? Screw them. Suck it. Sean McEwen, Kittle or Njoku? I've got Njoku higher. Wide receiver 2, Tyler Boyd or Jacoby Myers? I don't know if Jacoby Myers is fully cleared yet. Hold on, let me double check real quick. He is still questionable. So if Jacoby Myers plays, then it's Jacoby Myers for me there. Kyle, type 100, rapid build, try it out. What?
It's a type 100 something in Call of Duty, isn't it?
Oh, the type 100. I thought you meant like type. Like typing. I was like, why am I going to type out 100? No, I got it. Okay, type 100. Well, maybe, Sean, maybe we'll try that out next week.
There, I did it for you.
Scott, I have Pollard, W. I don't know who that is. Fournette, Mixon, and Pirine. Picked up Latavius Murray. Do I drop him? I have a shaving idea for Kyle. Shave the head like a hawk from LOT.
That's awesome. Like the total mohawk thing.
Yes. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I have Pollard pick. Do I drop him? I mean, I would keep Latavius Murray over P. Ryan right now. I would, because no one's going to pick up P. Ryan unless Mixon gets hurt. And even then, if you don't grab him back, you still have decent enough volume. SSG King ZZ with the 10 bomb. Appreciate you, SSG. Eckler, Fournette, Harrison, Robinson in a full PPR. Who should I bench? I have them ranked in order of, hold on, let me go here real quick. So I have them ranked in order of Eckler, and then Where do I have Fournette? I have Eckler, and then Fournette after that, and then Robinson and Harris in that order. James, pick 2 for 1 for the flex. Curtis Samuel, Devontae Smith, Raheem Mostert. Top tier content as always. James, appreciate you. Really, if I want to pick 2 here, I'm picking Samuel and Smith. Big Dog Mir, Dalvin, Khalil Herbert, Jamal Williams, pick 2. Love you both. Big Dog. Love you, forehead kisses. Dalvin and Jamal Williams. Joe German in a half PPR flex. Gallup, Juju, or Bryce Hall. It's going to be Hall for me.
Bryce Hall?
Do what?
Bryce Hall's already in the league?
Bryce Hall.
Okay.
I'm like Anchorman.
It's okay.
Read it all. Mitchell Morgan, Ramondre, or Dobbins in the flex in a full PPR. Going to go back to Dobbins this week. Happy Paw. Khalil Herbert or Cooper as a flex this week. It's going if David Montgomery ends up being out, it's Herbert. If he plays, then it's Cooper. Fantasy Freak, okay, can we get a word from our man Kyle? Settle down, shake, love Headliner Nation, baby. Hey, he was letting it flow. He was in the zone.
That's right.
White Sneakers in a PPR. Pick 1 for the flex. London, Wilson, Godare, Rashad White, or G. Wilson. Who's G. Wilson, the running back?
There isn't one. I'm thinking of it's Garrett Wilson. Has to be, right?
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't going crazy. If that is truly Garrett Wilson, the wide receiver, then it will be Garrett Wilson for me.
Hey,
if that is Gregory Wilson, the running back that is still on the practice squad for the Tennessee Titans, I just made that up, then I probably go with Wilson to be safer, London for a little bit more upside. The Big Mont becoming a member of Holden Chubb. Appreciate you, Big Mont. Chico 410 with the 10 bomb. Appreciate you. Need a running back and a flex in a full PPR. Jamal Williams, Pierce, Ramondre Stevenson, Curtis Samuel, Corey Davis, also Carr or Lawrence. I have Carr higher this week. And then running back and a flex, it's going to be Jamal Williams and Curtis Samuel for me. If you want to be safer, you can go Pierce over Jamal Williams. I go Jamal Williams for a little bit more upside. Jerry Gonzalez, pick a wide receiver 2 and a flex.
I'm raising my hand.
Would you like to go?
No. I was trying to ask you a question like 6 questions ago, and you were in the zone.
Okay.
Teenage Temper wants to know how they sign up for the Madden sheet.
When we get caught up on questions, I'll let everybody know.
There you go, Temper.
Jerry! Pick a wide receiver 2 and a flex. Gabe Davis, the Doobs, Stevenson, or ETN. Dobbs is going to be my wide receiver 2 here for safety. And then I probably go Ramondre Stevenson, unless you want a little bit more upside than is Gabe Davis. Schultz, Disley, or Tunyon for the tight end. Barely going Schultz at this point. And then Titans or Packers defense. It's going to be the Green Bay Packers for me there. James becoming a Holden Chubb member for the 13th month. Good job, guys. Tell Kyle if he wants the smoke and cod. And then just stops there. I mean, James, I'll take all the smoke. 1v1 me, bro. Question, though. Traded Fournette for Brees and Herbert. Needed a quarterback bad. How did I do? Traded Fournette for Brees and Herbert. I mean, in a 10-team league, I don't know if you need to trade for a quarterback unless it's a super flex league. If it's a super flex league, you did well. If it's a one-quarterback league, I mean, you probably still end up winning that trade. That's not a bad deal. I just don't typically like to trade for quarterbacks in a one-quarterback league, especially 10-team. Ray Guillermo with the 2-bomb. Appreciate you. Chico, 410, becoming a member for the 2nd straight month. Damn, my guy's on fire tonight, Chico. We feeling real good. Aaron Northcutt, the Rams D or the Jacksonville D? I'm pretty sure I have Jacksonville higher.
Jacksonville
I
against
do.
Houston. Yep.
Jacksonville is higher. Riley Burns, love you, boys. Forehead kisses, love you. Rate my team. Burrow, Chubb and Mixon, Waddle, Sutton, J-Rob, Freiermuth, Bucks D, Hunt, Thielen, Connor, Bateman, Myers, and Pickens on the bench. You're looking real good. Obviously, that wide receiver, too, I maybe would want a little bit more consistency than Sutton, but you've got Thielen that I think you can toss in there for right now. Jose Cardenas, Hey, guys, pick one. Olave, Thielen, or London? Olave's going to have the highest upside here. Mark Gorton Jr. What up, Mark? And a half PPR flex. Najee or DK? I have Chubb and Sanders. I mean, if you want more upside, you go with DK. If you want to be safer, then you can go with Najee Harris here. Jarrett Penny. Appreciate you with the Canada to 3. Lalo Cordova with the 5-bomb. Standard PPR. Who should I start my flex? Stevenson, Dillon, Deontay Johnson, Gallup, or Lazard? Dillon's going to be my safety valve there. Stevenson is going to be my high upside play. Depending on the rest of your roster, if you need a little bit more upside, then go with Stevenson. Mark Malaire with the 5-bomb. You guys are the best. Great advice. Need help at the flex and a half PPR. Najee Harris, Garrett Wilson, Drake London, Amari Cooper, or Hunt. If I had to go anybody at the flex here, I probably still ended up going with Najee Harris. If you really did need more upside, you could go Garrett Wilson, but I think that might be a little bit too risky for me. Give me Najee Harris. My 2 wide receivers right now are Olave and Debo. I think you're still rolling with that. Shane Coughlin in a full PPR flex spot, Alvin Kamara or Jamal Williams. I'm pretty sure I have Jamal Williams higher. I am going to double check that real quick.
And technically, Kamara is still questionable. I mean, we know how he screwed everybody over last week, too.
He is. And I'm a dirty, dirty liar. I've got Alvin Kamara at 11 and Jamal Williams at 12. So I'd probably roll with Kamara there if he plays. If he doesn't, then it's obviously Jamal Williams. If you want to be safe with it, then you roll out Jamal Williams anyway. Michael Satterfield becoming a member for the 11th month. I traded Miles Sanders and J.K. Dobbins for Mixon, Garrett Wilson, and Gabe Davis. Did I win or lose? Congratulations, my friend. You won that trade. I like that deal for you. Lose a little bit there in terms of running back depth, but depending on who else you had. Oh, my other running backs are Etienne, Singletary, and Aaron Jones. Okay, not as good as I would have liked. I was hoping I would have said that was great. You have good running back depth. Aaron Jones and Mixon really have all you got now, whereas it could have been a little bit better than that, but, you know, it is what it is. Hopefully you can maybe grab somebody off the waiver wire at some point in time, or maybe spin a trade to bring in another running back. Scott Justin with the 10-bomb traded Chubb for Godwin this week, straight up. I'm gonna be absolutely honest with you, Scott. I appreciate the $10 donation, and you're also a member of this channel, which is even more confusing for me. Jake and I would have both told you that that was not a trade that you should make. I'm not going to burn you here live on YouTube. I'm just going to go ahead and leave it at that. But just let you know, I'm not upset. I'm disappointed. TBB's Rick, Flex, Jamal, Kirk, Hollywood, Godwin, Thielen, or Garrett Wilson. That's going to be Jamal Williams for me there. I have Dobbins, Dameon Pierce, and Adams already starting. Tight end Kittle, Everett, Njoku. Now, I do have, I would go either way.
Go and finish.
No.
It wasn't No. Go and finish.
I'm finished.
You didn't finish his question.
I already said it.
Technically,
Jamal Williams.
Oh, technically, Scott still has a pretty solid lineup after that. He still has Barkley and CMC. Does that totally redeem himself? No. But at least he still has...
because I would have traded Dameon Pierce and cashed in on his high upside game last week.
That's exactly where I was just going to go with this. But
oh, my gosh. Look at us. We're like intertwined.
Wow. Anyway.
Rick, Boyd, Akers, Reynolds, wide receiver, or Renfro in a half PPR. If Reynolds plays tomorrow and Amon-Ra doesn't, I'm okay to go Reynolds there. If that's not the way it happens, then I probably go with Akers. Jose Hernandez becoming a member for the 18th month. What up, bros? What up, Jose? Standard flex, Gabe Davis, Waddle, Metcalf, or Olave. If you want, Waddle's my highest ranked player there. I'm going to go with Waddle. Flex, J-Rob, Gabe Davis, or Renfro. That's J-Rob for me. Bobby Trees or Gabe Davis. That's going to be Gabe Davis. Much love and respect. Jose, forehead kisses. Love you. SSG Kings, Olave or Robinson for the flex this week. If it's James Robinson, it's James Robinson. If it's Allen Robinson, drop him. Michael Lanzarato, McKenzie, Gallup, or Josh Reynolds for my flex. Probably going to have to go Josh Reynolds as of right now. I don't know if I could start Gallup over Josh Reynolds tomorrow, unfortunately. I'd probably go Josh Reynolds. Oh, Ray Guillermo. Rate my team. Trevor Lawrence, Cooper Kupp, Deebo Samuel, Miles Sanders, Jamal Williams, Tyler Higbee, Michael Pittman. I like your team as it is right now. I'm very worried about your running backs, though, especially after DeAndre Swift comes back. You need to try and add a running back. Johnny on in the flex, half PPR, McLaurin, Juju, Brian Robinson, or Renfro. That's McLaurin for me. Super chats are caught up.
All right, and TBBS Rick, because I cut Kyle off, Kyle didn't get the second half of his question about Kittle, Everett, or Njoku for his tight end spot. That was my fault, though.
Oh, I thought he said he was already starting Kittle. I didn't really. Okay, my bad. I've got Njoku, the highest of the highs there.
There you go. I got you, TBBS. I saw you in the chat there.
Oh, man.
You know what was crazy, Kyle? And I don't know how many people out there that are in the chat right now follow us on Twitter or anything, but we got like we got the attention of a pretty big streamer this week.
We did. And oh, by the way, Make-A-Wish. We have 1,111 viewers right now.
Oh, perfect. I mean, I know people were in there talking about COD weapons and stuff like that. Tim the Tapman talked about us on his stream the other day.
Yes,
and that
he
was
did.
That was pretty freaking cool. I mean, he's one of the biggest streamers in the world. So to
Yes.
have him even have a remote idea of who we are over here, that was pretty sweet.
Yes, that was very, very cool. Definitely love some Tim the Tap Man. Much respect for that guy. So for him to sound like he knows who we are, that's pretty cool.
I mean, it gave me full chub.
I mean,
anyway. I mean, I can't prove that. You know what I mean? Wendy's asked if we're trading away Jeff Wilson. I mean, I think Jeff Wilson's one of those guys that if you can get something for him, like now is the time to do it, because at some point Elijah Mitchell is going to be coming back. And he could lose a lot of value in that backfield. So I don't hate that if you can get something good for him. He is a Dallas fan. That is true. I mean, not everybody's perfect though. Short fat dude.
We only have 983 likes right now. Can we get to 1,000 likes on the stream?
I think
Please
we can.
and thank you.
I think we can.
Matthew, we'll do calf cams over on the gaming channel.
Yeah. Last time we looked at calves, people told me I had small legs and I don't. So
Well, I mean, they're truth tellers. Clint Johnson, Lawrence or Zach Wilson? Gonna go Lawrence this week. Jake's over on this screen right now, so I didn't want to look that way.
You know that this is like the first full day of your employment, and you're giving me a lot of crap.
Wait, it's the weekend.
Doesn't matter. We don't have weekends here, guys.
We don't have weekends.
We don't have weekends. Yeah, we gotta be careful here because
Litnick is back, baby.
Litnick done. He's out there like spinning the ones and twos, dropping some beats.
Yeah, somebody asked about it earlier. We are gonna do Madden for money tonight. I have a sign-up sheet, and I didn't end up releasing it to everyone, Jake, because I was worried it would get hijacked by somebody being stupid. So I don't know if I just take sign-ups through the chat or if I actually do release it to somebody.
I don't release that thing.
Okay.
You can release it on Discord, maybe.
All right, so if you want to play me over on the gaming channel and Madden tonight for money, let me know in the chat, and I'll try to grab your information from the chat.
Jay says, in a must-win game this week, stick with Kyler versus Phillies defense or stream any of these options. Bridgewater, Lawrence, Dalton, Geno. I'm probably still going with Kyler Murray there. I don't want to say you're overthinking it because I know exactly what you're thinking with a very tough Philly defense, but I don't know if I can go that far. Sandy is a PPR, 1 wide receiver, 1 flex. Dubes, Juju, Godwin, Connor. It's going to be Godwin and Dubes would be the safest. And that's probably where I would go this week as well. Sapper says my calves are massive. He's now my favorite member of Headliner Nation.
Ethan.
Dalton.
Oh, sorry, Jake.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Ethan, you have asked me several times about playing Madden. If you want to tonight, yeah, I've got it for PS5. If you want to tonight, yes, we can run it. So,
Pucks,
Ethan,
2
you'll be up
times.
first tonight. I've got Madden for either the PS5 or my PC.
Pucks 2 times. I remember we read your question aloud, and it was a while back. If I had to guess, it was... I mean, I'm still scrolling and don't see it, but I remember your name coming up. We answered the question, however far back it was. Jake, drop the videos when you guys ran routes.
Yes,
Show the
please
Cavs.
do. Taylor, if you're watching right now, can we get that soon?
I haven't seen Taylor in the chat tonight. Taylor's like, I need a day off. Taylor's been editing questions like crazy, or editing videos like crazy. We answer questions. He edits videos. Abdullah Ali, Ramondre Curtis, Montgomery, full PPR flex. I think if you want the safest option, it's Ramondre. You want to gamble for a little bit higher upside, it's Curtis. I'm guessing that's Curtis Samuel is what the question was.
What was the last super chat? Was it Lawrence or Zach Wilson? Jay wanted to know, in a must-win game this week, stick with Kyler versus Philly or stream Bridgewater, Lawrence, Dolan, or Geno.
Yeah, we did that one. We're down past Sapper.
Oh, that's right, because he said your cabs are small. Dalton Hopper, I traded Jeff Wilson and Devontae Smith for Dalvin Cook and Greg Dortch. I have Elijah Mitchell on my RS, so I think I can come out on top. Opinions. I love that deal for you. I mean, you traded basically a backup running back that's okay, and Devontae Smith, who's going to have some up and downs, for a legit RB1. If you watch the trade video we did this week, I talked about that. Jake had him in it last week as well. I think you win that for sure.
Kyle, you interrupted Jake. We interrupt each other all the time.
Oh, I do. I did interrupt you again?
I don't know. It happens so frequently.
Team Zero Gaming. Here's my team. I'm 1-3.
See? Case in point. This is my life. Like,
let the record show
that Kyle interrupts everything. At least I'm nice enough to raise my damn hand. And then I raise my hand in a nice way, and you still look like you're irritated with me for interrupting you. This is some next level BS.
It's like at the end of the game when I tell my players, "Hey, head out to left field. We're going to take a chat." And I start like going through what we needed to learn from that game, and all of a sudden all these hands shoot up in the air. And it's like, I'll answer your questions at the end of my speech. No, I'm kidding. I don't yell at them.
You don't?
All the time.
You know what? Well, are we in the middle of a question here? No.
Yeah, Team Zero Gaming. Here's my team. 3-1. Burrow, Chubb, Taylor, Waddle, Deontay, Metcalf, A.J. Brown, Higbee, Jamal Williams. I offer J-Rob and A.J. Brown for Eckler. Should I? James Robinson. I would take Eckler over J-Rob for the rest of the season. You're already so potentially strong at running back, though. I don't think getting rid of A.J. Brown is in your best interest. I probably hold tight.
I don't disagree with that. Being that you still have Chubb and Taylor, you'd have a great third option there as a potential flex, but it would really weaken the overall wide receivers. Here's a question for you, because you were talking about you're talking to your team after you're out there coaching.
Yes.
So I spent like 7 hours of my life on a soccer field this morning.
Absolutely wonderful time.
And I heard after the game, and I wanted to get everybody's feedback of what they would have done. So we're talking about 11-year-old girls soccer.
Yes.
There was a dad of the opposing team that was trash talking our goalie during the game, telling her how much she sucked and how much she wasn't. And we didn't find out about it until after the game. Not even my daughter. I wanted to go over there and throw bows. Am I out of sorts for thinking that? Because I wanted to go at somebody.
I mean, if I was the coach for the team that had the girl that was getting yelled at, I probably would have approached the other coach and told them.
We didn't know about it until the game was over and the girl came off the field crying.
Oh, I mean, I would have went over to the other coach even after the game, and I would have been like,
I would have straight up mushroom stamped somebody's forehead.
That isn't going to happen anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Builds character, whatever.
Who said that?
Girl. That's Dion.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's not out of line, right, dirtbag? I mean, I may not have made the live stream tonight, but we've shown that over the past couple weeks, Kyle can hang by himself. How about?
Wait, what happened to me?
No, over the past couple weeks, you've shown that you can do this by yourself because my internet has sucked for 2 weeks off and on.
Oh.
So I said if I would have gone over there and thrown bows and gone to jail for beating somebody up in public,
okay.
You'd have been here by yourself.
I gotcha.
I just don't handle hate very well. I don't like that.
I don't either, especially in
He wasn't
sports.
yelling, Lee. He was behind the goal they're playing goalie, and he was back there, but nobody could tell. Santos,
I'm surprised she didn't say anything sooner than that.
Yeah, I know. But 12-year-old girls.
I'm more concerned that he's whispering to a 12-year-old girl so no
That's
one
a
else can
problem,
hear
too.
him.
That's a problem too. Miguel Perez says, "Yo, bro, should I start Samuel or Hunt for the flex?" Right now, I'm probably going with Samuel.
Oh, Anthony. If you gifted 20 subs before the stream went live, it may not have picked it up.
Probably not, because it's not technically a live stream yet.
So
Where did you see that at?
he just wrote in a super chat. He said, "Did you guys get my 20 gifts I did before you came on?"
Oh,
It depends on when you did it. Now, it may have charged you.
It'll
and
refund you, though.
It may have, well, it will either refund you or it did distribute it to people and it just doesn't show on the stream.
Yeah, that's the issue. If it was before we actually hit live, where we weren't live yet, that's probably the issue. And I know Trey at one point had gifted 5 members a couple weeks ago, and nobody had gifted memberships enabled already. This is like a month ago, and he ended up getting refunded because they didn't get actually gifted a couple days later.
Okay, perfect.
Tell him to sock it. That's right, sock it. Dalton, yep, we got that one there off the bat. Appreciate that. What about Karis Potts? Have Aaron Jones, Bryce Hall. See, now you got me doing it. Breece Hall, Monty, and Patterson. Should I trade Najee Harris for Marquise Brown in a standard league? Harris feels like a bust at the moment. I know Harris is underperforming, but I'm not trading him for Hollywood Brown, who's about to lose upside with, DeAndre Hopkins coming back in just a couple weeks. So probably not doing that. Rob Amos becoming a member of Holding Chubb. Welcome as an official member. You did.
I was trying to look and see if it showed me like members outside of the live stream, but it doesn't show them if they were gifted.
Did you get the other one from TBBS Rick, Hollywood Brown, Devontae Smith, or Thielen? Pick 2. I'm going to go by that reaction. Probably not yet.
It's Smith and Thielen for me. Or no,
yes.
I'm sorry, Smith and Brown for me.
Smith and Brown is probably the safer. The higher upside would be Smith and Thielen for me. And Ryan Vogel says he's just getting in tonight with a 20 bomb. Appreciate you, Ryan. 12-team full PPR. Are you trusting Kamara if he plays and put him in the flex over Brandon Cooks? I think if he plays, they've been sitting him out enough to where if they're playing him, they're pretty confident in him in a decent matchup. So if he's playing, I'm probably putting him in the flex and just hoping for the best.
Ivan!
Yeah, you got it. I mean, you interrupted me again, but go for it. It's okay. Now that you've said it, go for it. This is such my life.
Goff. I was waiting for you to just pause even for a split second. Oh, man. Goff. Dalvin Cook and Chubb. McLaurin, Sutton. Jeff Wilson in the flex. Should I trade Jeff Wilson for Amon-Ra St. Yes, I don't even need to finish that. Absolutely. If you can get Amon-Ra St. Brown for Jeff Wilson, I'm going to need you to actually leave the stream and go do that real quick.
I show my love for you guys by snagging the best pictures of you during videos. Oh yeah, and then you post them on Twitter, Isaiah. I know. I see me with some weird faces out there all over Twitter. Anna, you're right. I am rethinking a lot of choices right now.
No, you're
only
not.
on
Piero, man.
On every Saturday night, Anna.
And Sunday morning and Monday evening.
Possible.
Oh, man. Hey, at least now when you call me, it's not going to be like, I'm in the middle of a meeting. I'll have to call you back.
I'd be like, listen, I'm the one that probably schedules your meetings, so you can answer.
Piero, need a flex in a full PPR. Thielen, Harris, or Woods. If we want to be safe, it's Damien Harris. If you want a little bit more upside, it's Thielen. I probably roll it with Damien Harris there against Detroit. Mac Attack, becoming a member for the 12th month and tight end hell right now with Pitts. Do I stream Henry, Hurst, Logan Thomas, Disley, or someone else lower owned? I actually like Logan Thomas this week with no Jahan Dotson. Also streaming Geno. Thanks, headliners. Jake, here's one for you. Just get it done. Start one running back and one flex in a PPR. Hall, Dylan, Connor, CD, Olave, or the Doobs.
If I only start in one, it's going to be Breece Hall.
And you have to do a flex as well.
Oh, a flex as well. I think as long as CeeDee Lamb is good to go, that's my choice.
Rob Amos becoming a member here of Holden Chubb on YouTube. Rob, becoming a member of the exclusive Headliner Nation. Welcome in. Alex, trade Joe Mixon for AJ Brown straight up. I have Saquon and Chubb and Dalvin Cook already. I don't mind that, but I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Do you keep Mixon over Dalvin Cook? I mean, value-wise, I think it's a very fair trade.
It's for sure fair.
And for your team, I also think it's a good trade. If you can't start all 4 of those running backs, then I don't mind that.
Yeah.
It's just hard because it's my boy
real
Mixon.
hard. Yep.
Lawrence Healed sending over a little dancing emoji of the 5-bomb. Appreciate you. Short fat dude. Ethan's in the chat. Oh, no, never mind.
Wow. Wow.
That might be the meanest thing I've ever said to him.
I don't think I've seen him in the chat. So.
You don't even defend him other than saying he's not here, Kyle.
Well, I mean, he can defend himself, but we may have to have a inter-squad death match between you and Ethan.
Listen, he might be a doctor, but I will all the way around him. Short fat dude, need 1 wide receiver in a flex and a half PPR. Jamal Williams, Romandre Stevenson, the Doobs, Cooks, Garrett Wilson, Gabe Davis. Great show, fellas. Appreciate you. 1 wide receiver.
Are you waiting for it?
I'm
not going to talk because you interrupt me.
Here's my problem. My smoothie tonight had some little bit of caffeine in it because like the super greens powder I use has caffeine, and it's been a long time since I've had caffeine. So the last couple of times I've drank this,
it's gotten you a little cray-cray.
Gets me feeling real good.
That means you better not lose a bunch of money playing Madden later.
RS German said I need a slap in the face. RS German, I bet you I'll like it. I forgot.
They always say it through a keyboard though. Did you leave off somewhere?
I did.
Isaiah, it's going to be Mike Evans. Can't sit Mike Evans this week.
That's what we told Tim, so hopefully it works.
We only told Tim in his entire stream that he should start Mike Evans, so hopefully it works out.
All right, so Jake, we need a wide receiver from the Doobs, Cooks, Garrett Wilson, and Gabe Davis.
I'm going Gabe Davis.
And then we need a flex between Jamal Williams, Romandre Stevenson, and the rest of them.
I'd probably go with Jamal Williams and hope for the touchdowns.
Brent Robertson becoming a member here on YouTube. Appreciate you. Ryan Matthews with the 5-bomb. Waller or Everett? I still got Waller higher this week. If it is Waller, should I start Everett over Juju in the flex? Probably not. I probably still go with Juju there. My team is having a bad year with JT and Javonte. Have to start Algier. Oh, yuck.
That's not ideal, is what you would call that.
Drills in a full PPR start. Romeo Dobbs or Gabe Davis. I feel like Dobbs is going to be significantly safer this week. I like Dobbs this week a lot.
Yep.
Jake agrees. Alex Herrera becoming a new member here on YouTube. Appreciate you, Alex. Sandy O. Bucks or Eagles defense? Jake, do you have your rankings up?
Who is it? The Bucks or who?
The Bucks.
Or
who?
Eagles. Give me the Bucks defense going up against Atlanta this week.
And then J-Rob or Kamara?
I still think J-Rob is safer at this point.
Mega Dr. Dre, Lost Knox. Is Hunter Henry a solid choice for a tight end in a full PPR? No. Him and my boy Janu have been garbage so far this year. I don't want to play either of them. Piero Manino, second league in a full PPR, pick 3. DJ Moore, London Cooper, Gabe Davis, or Curtis Samuel. It's Samuel, it's Cooper, And then we're going Gabe Davis over London and DJ Moore, Jake.
Probably. I'd rather take the gamble on that high upside.
Boom. Thank you, fellas. Love the live streams. Always giving me half chubs. Yes. Piero, I love it. BD in a full PPR. Pick 2. Wilson, Dylan, and Juju. It's a full PPR, so this is actually a lot tougher than I thought it would be.
I mean, a full PPR, I'm almost tempted to go Juju and Wilson. Because I'm guessing that's Garrett Wilson. Is that what you're guessing? Or are you thinking Jeff Wilson?
Actually, I was thinking Garrett Wilson, but now I am thinking Jeff Wilson too. I don't know.
And that's I don't know for if it's Jeff Wilson, then I'm gonna go Dylan and Juju. If it's Garrett Wilson, I'm probably gonna go. If it's Garrett Wilson, I'm probably gonna go Juju and Dylan. If that's what that is.
Yeah. Anthony Denicola, can you see if it didn't? I'll just do it again. Anthony, we can't see that. Maybe your super chat came in after I mentioned it. I tried to go look. I can't see that. If a gifted membership does not show in the live stream, it does not show us on the back end who has gifted what, unfortunately. So I have no way of telling you, unfortunately. You would probably have to send in some sort of a ticket to YouTube to figure it out if you don't get any type of a payment sent back to you there. So if you don't get a refund, you might have to reach out to them because we don't get to see it. Sorry about that, man. SNK Syndicate. I've got Chase and Diggs. Who should I flex between Lamb, Mike Williams, or Olave? Really hard to sit Lamb right now given his target share. It's crazy.
Yep.
Let Nick come in with
looking for him.
My bad.
No, it's fine.
You take such long pauses, and it's not a bad
I have to make
thing.
sure you're done so I don't interrupt you. I'm being polite.
Or you're just taking a minute to verify the situation.
Maybe.
Lit Nick gifting a couple of memberships today. Lit Nick, appreciate you, baby. Thanks so much, Nick. Drills in a full PPR. Do I trade Najee for Damian Pierce? That feels like a trap to me, Jake.
It does kind of. I mean, I get it, though. I mean, Najee Harris has started off so slow, but I don't know if I do that yet until we see what this offense looks like with Kenny Smallhands. Because if Kenny Smallhands can push the ball down the field, that'll open up the running lanes that haven't been there because Mitch Trubisky couldn't do that. So I don't know if I'm going to do that quite yet.
Wayne Hale, Zeke Penny, or Doobs? He said in a 0 PPR. So I don't know if that honestly means standard or if he just forgot to put the 0.5 in there.
Yeah, I don't know for sure. I still think that Dobbs is probably the safest option there out of the group. If it's zero PPR or if it's standard, I mean, Penny becomes an option. But that's a super difficult matchup going up against New Orleans. I probably roll with Dobbs.
CJ Hoodat becoming a member for the 3rd month. Appreciate you. Would you change my lineup in a PPR league? Higgins, Adams, Cook, Jones, Goddard, Jeff Wilson in the flex. On the bench, A-Rob, Elijah Moore, Josh Reynolds, Zay Jones, Brian Robinson.
Nope. I don't make any changes.
We rolling with it, baby. Brock. Is it Gackley?
Gackle? Gackle?
I didn't even think Gackle. Now that you say it, though, maybe. Anyway.
Going with Gackle.
If we mess that up.
Or Brock, can we get an enunciation in the chat, please?
Brock G. Welcome into Holden Chubb, a new member here on YouTube. Thanks so much for joining up. Appreciate your support.
Anna's out there. Is Anna on the hunt? I see people saying, get him, Anna. Chris W. cheering her on out there.
Who are we getting?
I don't know. Diggable says he's going to go smoke some fat Romeo Dobbs this weekend.
Ooh.
Gakel? Ooh. It's Gakel. Brock Gakel.
So, did I say Gackle?
Maybe that's what I said. I don't remember who said what now. Brock G, Shock G, Digital Underground.
That means we. What, Nick?
Nick, I know that. Nick, do you not think that I know what they're talking about here? Miguel says I'm looking slim. I'm not. I'm a large human being.
Jake and I have had this conversation. I told him I feel
about
like,
my largeness.
No, me, not
Okay.
you.
Oh, okay.
But then you've told me not to feel bad because you also feel like you're kind of large right now.
What are we having, like real talk hour here or what? What is this all of a sudden, Dr. Phil?
Jake,
What the
I
hell is
had
going
this
on?
conversation with somebody else today. I have got to get myself in better shape. I have to do it. Now that I am literally done with the other job, my morning routine is going to be starting to work out, but it's so hard to do from home, so I might go get actually like a personal trainer to help me get back to where I need to be. I don't know.
I need to wake up earlier. But I'm awake working all night, so I have a hard time waking up early. And by the time I wake up, Kyle has 54 questions to answer for the day.
I have what?
54 questions that you have to have answered for the day.
52-ish.
Kyle lifts beers, not weights. Kyle, I don't think has
I
ever
don't
had
drink.
To do. He doesn't drink, so you ain't got to worry about it.
Legit, the only thing I drink is water. Like, I don't drink soda anymore. I don't drink coffee. The
Yeah.
only thing I drink is
Me
water
neither.
anymore. And a shake.
Mm-hmm. Finkel or Einhorn? That's a tough one there, Diggable. Finkel or Einhorn? Finkel or Einhorn? Finkel or Einhorn? Wait a second. Finkel is Einhorn. IK workout at 3 p.m. every day. I mean, I wish I could. I am so... My issue, since we're doing... Yeah, Nick, you better believe it. My issue is, like, I'm a workaholic. Like, I work too many hours.
That's the
which
same
is
thing for me. I'm like,
quote,
I'm in
unquote
here
work,
sitting
but
so
still.
much,
Yeah. Do a lot of time sitting at a computer.
which is not healthy, obviously.
Yes.
I'm not bored. Why would I be bored? Have you not seen the way I've been acting? Is that somebody that's
You know what,
bored?
though? Like, Fantasy Freak has been acting weird in the chat. And I told him things earlier, and he was talking about how he needs refunds for $20. I don't know what he's talking about. I think he's trying to troll off and on in the chat, I think.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Anna only works out during deer season. That's me too, Anna. When is deer season?
Showing Jake is 6'4", I'm 6'2".
Yeah.
Ethan, Mac is like 6'6".
Yeah.
Ethan is 5'3".
Oh my gosh. Ethan, I think, is like a solid. I think he's like 6 foot, right? He's like 6 foot. For sure. Let's see. What else do we have?
Like, I'm sorry, keyboard player. I do want to get... So, Secret Lab is coming out with these gaming desks that rise up and down, and I kind of want to replace my desks in here with them.
Wow.
They're kind of sick.
Anna says it starts in 4 weeks. Perfect. I'll start with you, Anna. Jeremy Wilson says he's 5'2". There's nothing wrong with that, Jeremy.
Yeah, it's okay. I don't hate on any short people unless it's Ethan.
Yeah, it's just Ethan. It's just you two. And I haven't seen Ethan in the chat at all, so he's not defending himself at all. Keep or trade Curtis Samuel, Darian Clay. I mean, I'm always shopping players, right? You always see what you can get. I'm just not giving them away for nothing. I'm not expecting the world in return, but that's a player that you probably drafted or picked up off waivers that you weren't overly reliant upon. So if you can cash in and get something you need, I don't hate it.
What?
Nick talking about how...
Nick? Nick, listen, the first time you and I meet in person, I'm gonna cuddle you and hold you like the little baby that you are.
Yeah.
Right here.
It's okay. I mean, just because we could probably fill out an offensive line for most NFL teams. Ethan's definitely the center, though. He's got the low center of gravity. You know what I mean? He's good. But Mac could be a hell of a left tackle for sure. As long as you don't speed rush him. I don't know if he's got the wheels to plant that back foot and keep the quarterback upright, but he would give it his damnedest.
And I mean, I would play tight end over you because,
No.
you know.
No. That's not going to happen. Against any great defender, you would struggle. Clay says, I'm going forward. Do I trade Swift or Sutton for what can I get? I mean, like I said, you can always shop people. You just have to go out there and find people what their needs are. I call punter. Oh, True Legend wants you to cuddle and hold him.
Legend. Anytime, baby. Anytime. Brent Robertson. Did we get this one? Yes, we talked about that one. Carl Cattle with the 5-bomb. Appreciate you. Sandeep, what up, baby? And a PPR 3 wide receivers. Trade or stay put. Give London or Pittman plus Penny or Pollard for J-Rob or Sanders. Has JT, Chubb, Dobbins, Waddle, Ayuk, D-Hop, and Gallup. So London or Pittman plus Penny or Pollard for J-Rob or Sanders. I probably am not making that deal.
Probably
I would want to
not.
keep Pittman over London the rest of the season. I'm
I
not
would
giving
too.
up on Indy, and Pittman is way too good.
Yeah, that I agree with. Too early to give up on him. I don't know why I'm so upset right now. I thought Jake was like 4'11" with them chicken legs. Dude, Nick, I will drive. Where are you, Nick? Where
He's
do you
in
live?
Pittsburgh.
That's it. I'm going to a Steelers game, and I'm gonna find Nick.
Aaron, if Nick doesn't show up to the headliners hangout
and
that
greet.
we host this year, I
Next
will.
year?
I will ban. I don't care how many memberships that man is gifted. He will be banned in the chat. So you all tell him to show up, or you all not getting gifted memberships next year.
Yes.
Aaron Northcutt, the Tennessee or Jacksonville defense. I've got Jacksonville's defense higher. Clint Johnson, best flex in a 10-man PPR. DJ Moore, James Conner, or Hollywood Brown. I'm going to go with Hollywood there. Robbie Frey, full PPR flex. James Conner or Chris Godwin. Robbie becoming a member for the 13th month. I'm going to go with Chris Godwin there. Devin Chikowski, full PPR. A.J. Dillon, Higgins, or Garrett Wilson in the flex. Higgins has the most upside for me. And then Brent Robertson. Y'all didn't get to my question. Yes, we did. Wilson, Metcalf, or Curtis Samuels. Wilson, Metcalf, or Samuels.
And needs a flex and a full PPR.
I'm pretty sure we already said Samuels.
And then Metcalf would be the higher upside play if you want to gamble a little bit.
Yes. Maybe we didn't say. If we didn't, our apologies. Dog's Breakfast. Is Tyreek out? Monster or Hollywood in a full PPR? I'm still going to go Hollywood there.
I never got a response from Nick. I don't think. He's just laughing.
Who's
what are
laughing?
you flexing? Nick's laughing. I created a ticket on Discord. Can you answer it? You want me to answer a ticket on Discord as we're live streaming?
Ethan,
doing
we're in
nothing
the middle of a stream right now, bro. We get everything caught up before the day. Non-PPR, Lamb or Kirk or Chris Godwin? Ando, that's Lamb. Ethan just says they're a bit busy now. Ethan, I love that. Anna, I love that response.
There. I just responded.
I'll give you $5 if you just close the ticket.
All right. Well, I already responded, so I can close it. People want to know what the question was. Who just said that? What was the question?
Oh my
Nick,
gosh, what was the question?
Here it is. If Amon-Ra Brown, if Amra St. Brown doesn't play, who should I start? Ayuk or Palmer? Half PPR.
I guess it's not a bad question.
I said Ayuk. That was the question. Send them my way. I got that. Perfect. What else do we have? Lockett or Dobbs in a full PPR? I mean, I'm surprised with Lockett and DK how well they're doing with Geno Smith. I mean, I think he's totally, surprising a lot of people. So Lockett may not be as bad as maybe we all anticipated to start the season. I'm probably still leaning Dobbs in a little bit more safe, in my opinion. Do we want to... How does a ticket work in Discord? What is it? A ticket. So when you're a part of Excessive Chubb, Phil, there's a ticket system on Discord. So when you go in there, you can create a ticket. You ask your question, and it automatically text messages the members of our team. And mostly it's me and Kyle. We go in there, and that's how we can guarantee responses back to all your questions by opening up tickets on Discord.
John Rowe, thanks in advance. You're awesome. In a full PPR, pick one. Jamal Williams, Jalen Waddle, Damian Harris, Alvin Kamara. I mean, how can you sit the wide receiver 5 on the season?
I don't know if you can. Can you? I don't know if you can. Bateman is out, full PPR. All you have is Landry or Donovan Peoples-Jones. I mean, if I had to choose with that, it'd be Landry.
Traded away Pittman and Hollywood for Jamar Chase. My other receivers are Amon-Ra, Michael Thomas, and Lazard. Any good? Potentially, yes. If D-Hop comes back and he's the same player that he was, and Hollywood sees a significant drop in production, then yeah, you've probably made a pretty decent trade. If he continues to produce well, though, that's probably going to come back and bite you in the butt.
Yeah.
I don't hate it, but there is some risk there.
Oh, he wasn't sure if it went through. Yes, it went through. I got you, Ethan.
Chat, who are we starting at tight end? Jake or Kyle, since some boys bigger than our bank accounts? Listen, Nick, I think you've done a good enough job of showing how big your bank account is, so you can't say that. Number two, nobody gets to vote on that until the video drops from this year's convention. It's not going to happen.
Why?
Because I got to redeem myself and nobody has seen it yet.
But it's basically like it's a wash now.
Doesn't matter.
Because we're each 1-1. So it's not like either one of us has a lead.
It doesn't matter. At least I'm even and not behind anymore.
Thielen or Montgomery? It's going to be Thielen for me right now, since we don't even know for sure about Montgomery, even though it looks like he's probably going to play in a limited capacity. Do we trust him though? I don't trust Montgomery until we see it.
Serious Madden wants to know what console do you play Madden on? I want to run it. I'm on either PC or PS5.
Well, Kyle, you are still behind. A behind. So, in other words, she basically just called you an ass.
That's fine.
She's called you worse.
It has.
Let's see here. Well, it is 10:54. How about this? If you have questions that are not football related, we'll answer a little bit of headliners after dark here for a little bit, and then we're gonna get Kyle over there on Madden so he can not.
I wonder if I should start it in the background in case there's an update.
Probably. It's on a different computer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Just in case. After dark, baby. That's right. Can you give my...
No, Dalton.
Dalton, we can't yet. Dalton's been waiting all show for that. That could totally backfire on us, Dalton. Bab says, need to spend a Sunday with the fantasy headliners and crack a beer. Well, at some point next year, we're doing a meet and greet somewhere in this country. We're going to have to do a poll and find out what is the best area to where we can get the most amount of people to it. What did we do before YouTube? I was an engineer for a financial data center. I ran a data center for one of the largest financial companies in the world. And Kyle was in higher education, so he thinks he's smart because he's got a degree and stuff. You know what I mean?
I don't need that to tell me I'm smart, Jake.
Hawaii, Kalafa. Listen, I would love for it to be in Hawaii, but I don't know if we could swing that. It would basically just be a meet and greet with you, Kalafa, which is not bad. I mean, I'd like to hang out with you, my friend, but I don't know if we get many more there. Texas. Where else? Where else should we go? Cali's so far, Luis. We need something like central. Is there a cool city somewhere in the central part of the country?
Indianapolis.
Ambiguity. No comment. But yes, it's in almost every video. But it's technically a free beat on YouTube, so I can't do a whole lot about it.
Gatlinburg, we did that because our last song was stolen, and we didn't have the time or the place to go through that crap.
Gatlinburg is cool, Xander. I've been there so many times. We love. That's a great place to just go relax and chill. But Montana, let's hit Vegas, Dallas, Texas, Indy, Phoenix. Brendan, Phoenix is my hometown, so I mean I go there every year. In fact, Phoenix has the Super Bowl this year, so I don't know if we're going to the Super Bowl or not. Nashville would be legit. Kansas City. KC for the draft is starting to look very... Honestly, Kansas City for the draft in 2023 may happen. we have some connections in Kansas City to where we could maybe get a nice spot to host it. So that could happen. When did I meet Kyle? 4 years ago on the internet. There you go, Phoenix. Yeah, see,
He lured me to a room that he didn't have any pants on.
It was a virtual room that was through Zoom. Phoenix or Houston, can you give something away? We give something away every freaking week. Dude, I don't know if you can see it from the camera.
Is that Ethan asking? Ethan, I'm going to punch your ass off the first game of Madden if you don't knock it off.
Yeah. Never go to Dallas. The smell sticks on you forever. You can't never wash it off. No, that's not where I meant Kyle. Does Kyle have any kids? Yes, he does.
Why are you asking, Aaron? Freaking weirdo.
Come to Minnesota. Okay. It would have to be during the summer. Phoenix, Scottsdale, Tempe, my old stomping grounds. Dark horse team to win the AFC and NFC. Dude, with the way that 2022 is going, I mean, at this point, it could literally be almost anybody. And that's what's absolutely crazy. Don't talk about my city like that, your thinks man. Well, Anna is not a man. So...
got you.
Let's get wasted on the Vegas Strip. Luis, when the draft was in Vegas, what was it, 2020? Dude, we had penthouse rooms booked. We had airline tickets booked. We were all going to go there for the draft, and then all the COVID crap happened, and we couldn't do that. But at some point, we're going to do something like that. Near a hub city. I command you to come to Washington. I mean, there's so many. Maybe we should just buy an old busted up RV and we all just drive around the country, random places, Kyle. How long do you think you could get off work to go on a road trip?
I don't anymore.
That's right. Chicago, ASU.
Suck it job. Even they can really suck it after they screwed me out of my PTO, and I didn't even get like a goodbye message from like the VPs. F them.
Yeah. Tell them to suck it. AK-47 for Life says, like a food truck? You're starting to speak my language right there. If we could get a food truck and travel in that, that would be awesome. I would do that for sure.
We just talked about needing to lose some weight, and now we want to travel in food trucks.
I mean, let's be honest. I mean, that sounds like a great idea. Is baseball postseason going to be wild, Kyle? Have you been following baseball at all?
Yeah, I haven't watched any of it, but I've been keeping an eye on it, and so far they've had some pretty crazy games. I mean, Seattle came back down like 9-0 today or something like that. The Phillies scored like 6 runs in the 9th yesterday to win. Max Scherzer got absolutely rocked last night.
That is more baseball than I have watched in a year. I just learned more from you in 5 minutes. The extent of my baseball knowledge was about 2 weeks ago. I went and bought Aaron Jones rookie cards and Shohei Ohtani rookie cards.
Nope.
That was the extent of my baseball knowledge.
Back up. You didn't buy any Aaron Jones rookie cards.
I said Aaron Judge, didn't I?
I know you said Aaron Jones.
Well, that's exactly not surprising if that's what I said. Did I really say Aaron Jones?
I'm like 95% sure you said Aaron Jones.
Full PPR flex Thielen Pawkins, Ayuk, Wilson, Jr., Dobbs, Henderson. It's going. I think if you want the safety, it's going to be Dobbs. If you want to gamble a little bit more, it's Thielen.
CeeDee Lamb is not playing tomorrow. Is that accurate?
I'm looking. I am looking.
Kelton, I'm also a Tigers fan. So, yeah.
Yes, you are. Let's see. I mean, I don't see that he's been out yet, but he is questionable to play.
Yeah, I don't see that he's out yet either. Do you have to be a member or something to get a question answered? No, Bram. We've been answering questions since 8:30 consistently. So
yeah. Somebody's daughter was pitching for the Jays. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, it's a groin injury, but he's not out yet. We don't know for sure yet.
DJ your entire road trip on the...
From the roof. Get ourselves.
You don't have to do it from the roof. You can come inside with us.
Yeah. Crazy. All right, what else? Let's see here. Dalton or Gino? I got Gino higher. Dobbs or Kirk? Kirk slightly higher.
Are we all caught up on super chats?
I don't know. You did the last of them.
Serious Madden, what console do you play? I think that was the last one. Maurice, Zamora, Hall or Hunt in a PPR?
I got Hall higher.
Rocket, 1 for the flex in a standard league. Thielen or Reynolds?
I'm going to go with Thielen still because we don't know for sure about Amon-Ra.
Timeout Sports. Half PPR, have Devontae Adams, Mike Williams, Gabe Davis, Curtis Samuel, Devontae Smith, Leonard Fournette, and Jamal Williams. I have to set 2. Already played Melvin Gordon. So out of everybody listed here, Gabe Davis is probably my first one.
That you're sitting?
Yeah, and we have to pick another one, and I don't know who to pick.
I mean, being that Curtis Samuel's been on the injury report too, he may be the next closest one because I hate to sit anyone else in there. Bless you. I don't like to do that, but Davis and Samuel may be the guys that I sit.
Oh.
How do we like watching Sunday football? I go upstairs to my film room and I recline in my chair, put the massage on, and just watch football for 12 hours or so. How old are you, Kyle? They want to know.
How old am I? Everybody guess. If you know the answer,
don't guess.
Yeah, like Anna, Ethan, those of you that have been around a while, don't say it.
Yeah, how old are Kyle and I? Put a guess out there. Wow. Here come the numbers.
Listen, Nick.
23. You're going to have to see if you can find it. They came in pretty fast.
Yeah, somebody already got it right. I'm 34.
Julio Pena was pretty close he has you at 39.
I do love that people are guessing that you are older than I am, though.
I am older than you are.
I know.
I am 41.
I'm only 34. Lazor says old enough to party.
That's right. Our IDs don't get checked. That's for sure. Jake was born in 87. Jake was actually born in 81.
Kyle wasn't even born in 87.
Jake is 53. If I'm 53, I have to feel like I look good for 53. 41 is questionable. 28. Jake's 62. Yeah, okay.
Brett, how much to own you in Madden with Kenny 2 gloves? Do you really want to play, Brett? Because you can.
Come get some. Xander,
what is the best 80s, 90s cartoon theme song? I say it, Denver the Last Dinosaur. What about you, Jake and Kyle? I mean, I was a Power Rangers kid back in the day. I don't know how you can beat that theme song. That thing thumps. Go, go, Power Rangers.
Wow.
Wow.
Can't believe you're still singing that. The best 80s and 90s cartoon theme song. Dude, I used to love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I mean, also Pokemon was
Heroes in a Half Shell, Turtle Power. That was just that was legit back in the day.
I want to be the very best that there ever was.
Thundercats, Jose, yes. Thundercats. Thundercats. What was the guy's name? Lionel, something like that. That's awesome.
I am Trip said I'm 36 and still buying Pokemon cards. My wife is so turned on.
She is so turned on right now.
Oh, man.
Captain Caveman, y'all are crazy. It's Pinky in the Brain. I didn't get too much into Pinky in the Brain. Zach Frost says he's a recent subscriber. Everybody welcome Zach. This is a long-time listener, though. Love the show. Full PPR if Brown is out, Scary Terry or Devontae Smith. For me, I'm going Scary Terry this week. Voltron, He-Man. He-Man's another one. This is better than fantasy football. Alex, this is why we do Headliners After Dark. Animaniacs, I remember watching that.
Oh, yeah.
Transformers, love Transformers.
Madden, yeah, we can play. Although you have Madden in the title of your YouTube name, so I feel like that's setting me up for failure, but whatever.
Or if he gets smoked, he's going to have to change his YouTube name.
Ooh. Now I've
saying.
lost it, though. Madden, where are you? Come back so I can put your information down and get it from you. I need what system you play on, either a PlayStation, PS5, or PC, and then I need whatever your gamer tag is as well.
Chris W. wants to know if I have any prize picks. Let me tell you some of the ones I've put in here recently. I got a spicy one here. It's a 5-pick flex. I got Ryan Suckup, the kicker for the Buccaneers, over 1.5 field goals. Terry McLaurin over 59.5 receiving yards. James Robinson for an anytime touchdown. Justin Herbert over 275.5 and Jared Goff over 250.5. I did one for fun and went nothing but kickers. I'd never done that before, so I picked 5 kickers. They all need 2 field goals apiece. You got Ryan Suckup, Tyler Bass, Matt Gay, Evan McPherson, and Daniel Carlson. I don't mind Ramondre over 52.5, Christian Kirk over 63.5. Romeo Doubs right now is set at 4 receptions. I took the over there. I know it's come up since then, since I put it in, but I had Zach Wilson at 205.5 earlier in the week. I don't know what that's gone up to now, though.
Brett, you'll be up second after Ethan.
So how many matchups do you have here so far?
I have 3 matchups right now. I have Ethan, Brett, and then Serious Madden.
Nothing yet, Andy. Nothing new. That 70 show? It's another show I never really watched. So what is the thing for Madden? Like, how many minute quarters do you play?
6.
6-minute quarters. Accelerated clock?
Yes.
Is this like with your all Madden team, or is this with...
No, I didn't do an Ultimate Madden team this year.
Do you just randomly select your team?
Mm-hmm.
Or are you going to be the Lions?
Do what?
Or are you going to be the Lions?
Last week I was Philly and the Bills.
Ethan wants to know if you're playing for money.
Yeah, if you beat me, you get $10. Except for you, Ethan, because you've been a pain in my ass tonight.
Yeah, he only gives you 3 if you win.
All right, Brett, I've got you down for the second matchup.
Y'all better bring your A game. Can I play a game of Madden? Or since I already got a game in, is it only a one-time thing?
No, it's not a one-time thing. Is that
temper? Teenage temper?
Steelburger 69. Is that real?
Do what? Mighty Mouse and Underdog. Can we tell the doc to suck it? Devin, we've already kind of...
Hey, Doc, suck it! Sorry.
I don't think he's even realized it, because I have no messages from him.
Can you call him real quick?
No, not at 11 o'clock at night. He's like young, but he's old. You know what I mean? He's probably in bed already. Tom and Jerry, that's way old. Trash at Madden, but anyone down for FIFA? I haven't played FIFA in like 12 years. Is Madden not cross-platform for those who play Xbox? It's not. Lazar Bolton pending trade. My T. Higgins and Christian Kirk and Ramondre for his Chubb Club. Yay or nay? So Higgins, Kirk, and Ramondre for Chubb. I mean, on the surface, I want to say hell yeah, but I also want to know, like, do you still have great options at wide receiver? Because you're losing Higgins and Kirk, who are 2 top options this year. So if you don't have another few options, you're just going to end up upgrading running back and downgrading wide receiver and it being a wash. So you have to have some more solid wide receiver options. Lethal Weapon or Mission Impossible? I'm probably a little bit more of a Lethal Weapon guy, but that's probably because I'm old. Antonio, can we see your messages? Yes, we can.
Not anymore.
He has Cup. So, okay, well, Cup is a good thing to have, Lazur. Do you have more than just Cup? Cup and DK. Okay. I mean, I don't hate that. That still gives you 2 viable starters each week. Gabe Davis or Hawkinson? Hawkinson may be slightly safer, but Gabe Davis has the higher ceiling if you want to gamble. Is General Booty the greatest quarterback in college history? It's the greatest name in college football history, probably. General Booty.
All right.
I am
Brett
Treps.
and Serious Madden, I sent you requests on PlayStation.
I am Trev says he can't overstate how much he loves Devin Singletary this week. All right. Trep is saying to start Devin Singletary. If he's wrong, everybody better go back and tell him that he's wrong.
Did we answer J Noise's question?
I don't.
So, did we get Carly Perry, Dobbins, or Dillon?
Where's that at?
We got
way up
Timeout
there.
Sports. Lawrence Harold, need to drop one. James Cook, Jalen Warren, Caleb Huntley, or Latavius Murray, or Gallup. It's either Cook or Warren for me, I think.
I don't even know where you're reading from right now.
Super chat.
For Carly Perry?
Lawrence Healed.
Oh.
I had to go up
further.
because I thought I missed some.
Oh. Did you do Timeout Sports?
Yes.
Okay, so you need to drop one between Cook and Warren or Huntley. Huntley, I think, is going to get some work. Murray could in the future going forward with Melvin Gordon struggles. Not going to drop Gallup. He just came back. So it is going to be between Cook and Warren. For me, it's probably Warren.
King Divine with a 10 bomb in a PPR league. Choose a flex. Damian Harris, Garrett Wilson, J.K. Dobbins, or Romeo Dubes.
PPR, choose just one of them. I mean, I don't want to sit Damian Harris, but I also don't want to sit J.K. Dobbins. In a PPR, I'll probably lean towards Dobbins by a hair. Is it for Fear Boner? Is it obvious to play any defense against Denver? You just have to know that it's going to be a risk. There's too much talent there for that to be like that all year long. Don't forget, just 2 weeks ago, that offense was looking way better than what we just saw. So can you do that? Sure, but you have to know at some point they're probably going to figure it out and put up some big points. Carly Perry, Dobbins, or Dillon? I'm probably going to lead towards Dobbins. Brett Shugarts, you got him.
Got him.
Theron
Blair.
Theron Blair. I have St. Brown. I just picked up Jamison Williams. Should I sell high on St. Brown?
No.
I mean, I would look out there and see what you're being offered, but I wouldn't just take a bunch of garbage in return. You know what I mean? Like I don't think I'd be quick to sell him. Rocket Dragon Ball Z is the only correct answer. That was after my childhood. TBBS Ricks says wide receiver 2, Thielen, Godwin, Hollywood Brown, or Kirk. For me, it's going to be Godwin this week. Jay Noyes, late to the party and in a hard spot, need more upside. Wentz or Wilson? At this point, I'm probably going with Zach Wilson and that offense that's throwing the ball so much in New York. You got Steelberger. You got Serious Madden.
Antonio Sanchez. Anna just sent me her information. I'm going to send you an invite on PlayStation right now.
Vic84, full PPR flex, Penny, Herbert, or Monty if he plays. If Monty plays, it just hurts the overall ceiling of him and Herbert. Penny's not exactly an ideal matchup, especially in a full PPR. Right now, I'm leaning Herbert, but I'm waiting to see what happens with Monty. We kind of want him to be ruled out tomorrow in order to give Herbert that safer floor. And then Jay Noyes, one-on-one Halo for $10, Kyle.
You'd wreck me.
Do you suck at Halo?
I recently picked it up after never playing before, And it is taking a little of getting used to, yes.
CJ, Houdat, Gallup, or Pickens? Honestly, I'm going to gamble this week and go Pickens. I think they're playing from behind and have to throw the ball a lot. All right, Kyle. So how long before you're going to be ready over there, Kyle?
I gotta go. I gotta get the stream set up, and I gotta go pee. I would say 11:30ish.
Devin Chakowski says $100 that Jake can run a sub 4.940. It's going to be damn close. It's going to be right around there. I don't know. I haven't run a 40 for time and forever. I'm a very large man, like I said. So once my momentum gets going, it's great. It's just got to get it going first. And I got old, crappy knees. I'll take that bet on the Jake 40. Well, maybe if we all come to the meetup, we can do it there.
That would be perfect, and it will give us time to train.
Yes, like a year.
Ty, CeeDee Lamb, no word yet. Still questionable.
Danny, half PPR, Godwin or Amon-Ra. I'm going Godwin for right now just to play it a little bit safer. Since we don't even know for sure if Amon-Ra is going to play. Ray
says we're the hardest working guys in the fantasy football. I agree.
I feel like it.
I agree.
Kyle, I don't even have it here anymore. I said something in my video the other day. Where did I put it? I don't even know. I said how many videos we'd done in the last 30 days, and it was some crazy number. I don't remember. I probably threw it away.
It's at least 30.
That's way more than that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Appreciate it, Buck.
I mean, we're doing at least 10 a week.
Oh, we've been doing 13 a week.
Okay, so we've been doing at least 13 a week,
at
not counting live streams.
So 66 videos. That sounds about right. It was 65 in 33 days or something like that. Terry, Fave. I think it came back right there in 64. He's right around there for sure. Let's see here. Stevenson or Pierce in a full PPR. Pierce probably still slightly safer. You said 66 in 33 days. Smoke. Appreciate it.
That would have been a good question for a giveaway.
They probably would have, but pretty sure you said 58. Everybody thinks it's a different number. Cooks, Reynolds, or the Dubes. I think Dubes is probably safer. If you want to gamble a little bit, then it becomes Cooks.
Sharpshooter, Jake is taller. He's 6'4", I'm 6'2", Mac is 6'6".
Yeah. Thank you for answering, Jake. You're the best. Love you guys. Absolutely, CJ. Appreciate you out there.
Taylor's like 6 foot, and he even seems a little short for the group.
Yeah. Appreciate it, Chris. All right, Kyle. Are you ready to go get all set up over there?
I'm gonna get ready to go game. So everybody come over to Headliner Gaming. We're trying to get to 2,000 subscribers soon. We are just under 200 subscribers away from getting to 2,000. So there's like 771 of you in here right now. If you click on the link that I'm getting ready to post, that would take you to Headliner Gaming. If a quarter of you, a third-ish of you were to do that, we would hit that mark tonight. And I would love all of you greatly. So
Case Scott. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
Nope, you keep going. Now that you interrupted me, Jake, you just go ahead and go.
I did not enter you ever. Case Scott. You're a member, Case Scott. You said, have we thought about doing flex rankings? We do flex rankings every week for members only. So
are you a new member, Kay?
I mean, he's got the 2 nuts next to his names, which I think it means it's 2 months, but I don't know. But Case Scott, yeah, you get them. It's a member perk. It's up on the channel for members only under your membership. You're not live yet. It's because he's live here, Jay.
It's because I'm
still
here.
Can't be live there
right?
and here.
Yeah, I will be live there about 11:30-ish. So make sure you all go click right there. Headliner Gaming. I just pinned it. Bram's been whining in the chat. Thielen or Lockett?
Thielen.
If you like to play video games, come hang out on Headliner Gaming. We have a gaming channel. And if you want to see me get a little crazy, that's the place to do it because I let loose there.
Yeah. There's no... that is an NSFW channel. Not safe for work.
Or your mother's.
Or keep your mother's hidden.
All right, everybody, let's go over there. Oh, Teflon Don, Naheem Najee Harris, or Ramondre Stevenson for the RB2 this week.
I think Stevenson's probably safer. It has the safer floor. If you want to gamble, that's when it becomes Najee. If it was me, Stevenson may be slightly safer depending on the rest of your lineup.
All right, so once again, going to be heading over to Headliner Gaming, going to be running Madden against some of our subscribers. Please hit the link there and come subscribe. Less than 200 followers or subscribers away from 2,000. That's a huge goal for me right now. Would absolutely love to hit it. If most of you in this chat just went and hit it real quick for me, I'd greatly appreciate it. You guys are not going to be disappointed coming over there and hanging out. And if you just want to try it out, don't want to subscribe yet, then at least come hang out with us. But Jake, congratulations on another successful stream.
Hey, my internet didn't cut out tonight, Kyle.
Yes, go internet.
Go internet.
Because we would have told it to suck it. But ladies and gentlemen,
suck it.
That's going to do it for us tonight. Jake is going to be handling the members-only live stream tomorrow. My son's birthday party is tomorrow, so I'll be off doing that. I'll be helping with the Discord tickets, though, while I'm helping get set up for that. But make sure you catch him tomorrow, members-only live stream here on the channel. All of you have a great rest of your evening. Sleep tight. Stay safe and stay healthy. And we'll catch you all on the next episode of the Fantasy Headliners.
Members only 11 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow.
When the game on the line, you can't fold and you can't bend. Y'all be playing it safe and I be going for the win. Remember back when they